Disappointment. Now the vice president often tell me, since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? Zero. Every appointment in Nema County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it.
Now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
The good person in our whole United Party, that President Bouaka. You want to say that again? The only person that appreciate good among all the United Party for that President Bouaka. The rest are ungrateful. The right, they use you and dumb you. But President Bouaka, if all of them were thinking the President Bouaka and behaving the President Bouaka, United Party will have another chance in 2029. Just for now, they do not regard people that help them.
Of our soldiers were executed on this party ground. 2 at the back and 1 right at the headquarters. The man who shot and killed our people today is a darling boy in the Liberian National Police. They brought him back to shoot more guns. Get ready to shoot. Because we challenge the status quo appropriately.
Inform that the violence or still any student because of their action, it will be the day the entire Bouaka administration will cut down. We will massively violate the students in this country and will shut down the Bouaka administration. The day that happens, we have the capability to do so. And if they think this renovation project is a joke, let them try it. The fall of the Bouaka administration begins with this. If they think they will tumble on any student in this country or at the University of Liberia and water world infinity, while our children saving opponents and lottery in the Western world, while we are subjected to agile power and bad learning conditions here, and the thing will say.
In the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on the major road in this country. And I mean it.
You say it out loud?
It's going down. First floor. There you have it.
That led to decades of war still run deep. But so too does the longing for reconciliation. A reconciliation defined not by political bargaining or by an artificial balance of power by tribe, region, religion, or ethnicity, but by the equality of opportunity and a better future for all Liberians.
Bouaka can lie. The government, all the ministers in the government, they can lie. They don't put all hustler, they put a hustler, they lie. Everything they say, they never say the truth.
Today, the supporters of His Excellency Joseph Bouaka presents him as a poor man from Lofa, and I said that he will understand the plight of the poor people. Fellow Liberians, do not be fooled. First President Bouaka is not poor like you, not even as me. As Vice President, his office received more money from the government budget than any other Vice President has received in Liberia's history. He has enjoyed some of the best and most lucrative government jobs.
First of all, there's this, what I call sort of vicious lie about the fact that Mr. Kobe is gay or bring gay lifestyle to Liberia. It's complete bullshit. When people can accuse you of stealing people's money, when they can accuse you of being involved in the war, anything, people don't make up stuff. They don't make up shit. Excuse my language, right? So it's complete nonsense. I'm married, 8 Teresa, 2 children, 5 grandchildren. I believe in traditional family values, so it's complete bullshit, complete nonsense.
Young man, vice president, young man that are vice president, they may just stole 500,000. I mean, Jeremiah Kun, the man just went to, I forget that Jeremiah Kun, the man just went to Ghana, the fit, and they may bring it all company in the country. I mean, Kun, they can't reach himself. Kun, man, you know, Kun, but I want to sophisticated, quiet, hardcore rule in Labro. But Labro,
when 2029 come and pass, then you finally leave. Mission is completed. Now, what the rules of engagement? When the war ended, the guy said, the captain, the commander said, mission complete. There Wune Alfreds, all men on board.
Everywhere there is no school, I will put school. And everywhere there is school and school in bad condition, I will renovate it. I told them, towns and villages, everywhere you will have lights in a town for children to play and people to see. I told them every town will have safe drinking water.
Charles Taylor is the problem. He will be out of here in the twinkle of an eye. And I say, let well-meaning Liberians come home. If we respect this constitution, a government formed in Accra is a violation of Article 1 of the Constitution. Let them come home. Let that government be formed in Monrovia.
The government that capital rule, small, B rule, all kinds of place. I think the reason Joseph Boakai will not do much because the old man, the papa is suffering. The papa loves the country, but he can't make it. The criminal there around him, they sophisticated than him. They are sophisticated criminals, so they can't make it.
Your league Costa, God know how to pay people. It's just simple. Costa that accused everybody here but himself. Everybody, we join, we kill Joe, he killed Joseph Boakai. Boakai still living. Joe, no, you leave better. He named Senator. He almost made Joseph Boakai president until he screwed up. We gave God the glory. Yeah. Well, Boakai, when he screwed, he said, oh, we don't want to make sure we will fought for him to be reconciled with the president. And then the people who fought for him. Look, Yoli Costa, you will come. And Costa, on a podcast, he said, they don't been calling me. Okay. The time you were calling me for me to kind of Boakai, did I put it on radio? That immaturity to do what he does with it.
And I guarantee you, when we finish, there will not be a winner or the loser. Today we all wear the jersey of Liberia, and the victory belongs to the people, to the peace and to our democracy. As we begin to build upon the foundation of this new Liberia, I, George Foke Klonjrale Bakube Tape Malewia, the new president, will first give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for the blessing He has bestowed upon our country. And I say, my people, thank you,
We elect on 85 irresponsible men that want to happen to our country. We elect on 85 irresponsible men to govern this country, not to be very irresponsible.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of The Closing Argument. Today is Tuesday, the 30th of June, 2026. I am back on the saddle. Yesterday, I had to take some time off to go do my civic duty. I had to look several men and women in the eyes and say, you are not qualified to be representing our Republican Party. So we were vetting candidates for the House, for school boards, council women, councilmen, trying to build a conservative background, a foundation that has been built, but we're trying to fortify to make sure that those who represent us in the most conservative term. So yesterday, a few more days before the next election in November, I will be in hours in a while to do my civic duty, and I encourage you to get involved. If you are a Democrat, you are an independent, get involved with your local Democratic Party and do due diligence. Get involved. Don't just sit around. We are not taking November elections lightly. We do not want to be like Bill Clinton. When he was president, he lost 53 seats in the House and lost 8 senatorial seats. When Barack Obama came on, he lost 77 seats in the House and 18 Senate seats. He called that shellacking. We have learned a lot from those defeats, and we definitely do not want to repeat them. So that's my civic duty. That's what I did yesterday. But on the home front, I am tuning in live from the great city of Fort Pierce, Florida. I am Jerome Gaiman. I will be your host, as usual, to discuss current events, including those on the international level. Like today, the Supreme Court ruled that birthright is guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution and it cannot be taken away. President Trump has filed a motion, an executive order, to make sure that tourism, when women and folks who are pregnant in different countries will tie themselves into not getting to the United States to have their babies just so that they have an American baby. The president wanted to put stop to that. The president also said, if you snuck into the country and if you are an illegal resident of this country and you have children here, the children are born illegally and they should not have a U.S. citizenship. The Supreme Court said, no, once you are in the United States, when you are born here, you will always be an American. The president also said there are those from countries that do not like the United States who want to enjoy the benefits. They will bring their wives over here, have their children, and then fly back into the Middle East in particular, with no specific loyalty to the country, but their birthright. The Supreme Court said that too, while that may be true, when you are born on the soil, you will be an American citizen. So then, the aficionados, those who are into public policy, responded and said, fine, we will respect the Supreme Court's ruling, but don't be surprised when we tighten the rules around immigration. So now one possibility is every woman that entered this country on a visiting visa or whatever, the entry form now going to read, are you pregnant? And that form is going to be a federal form, and you're going to be on an oath. And if you said no, and you have a baby in this country 8 months or 9 months later, they will count from the day you enter the country to the day you had a baby. And if you are found to lie on the form, you are now going to be held on a federal law for lying on a federal form. So yes, why it may have been a defeat for Donald J. Trump. Marco Rubio was fast on his feet, and they are saying those are some of the possibilities. Birth tourism, you want to stop that. You remember a few years ago, there were a group of young women that left from here that were recruited by Al-Qaeda. They went into the Middle East and joined what they knew nothing about. They thought they were freedom fighters until they got into the Middle East. And they found out as soon as they got to the airport, all the rights were stripped. Not only were the rights stripped, but they became wives of war. They thought they were going to training camp. They thought they were going to pick up arms and go and fight to liberate the Middle East or the caliphate. Only to find out that once you leave these shores, those rights that are enshrined in our Constitution no longer exist on the other side. They were captured. Now, there's something in their belief system that these women were wives of war. Military wives. So that means that they were wives of anybody in the military who needed to be something that they are not. And these women were wives of military men, all military men. So these women now, there were about 10 of them. They were married to 2,000 men at a time. And one of the women got pregnant. She had a baby. And she ran into the U.S. Embassy and said she wanted to return to the United States. And the United States said, no, you have forfeited your citizenship. You have fought against the United States. You are an enemy of the state. She said, and I also have a baby, and I want to bring my baby along with me. And the government said, no, who is the father of the child? She did not know who the child father was. All she knew, she was an army wife, and her rights were stripped. So today the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that while that could be true, the right to be born in the United States and be a U.S. citizen stands. It was reaffirmed. Let me go to history. Let me welcome Mr. Anthony Stevens, Freedom FM from the studio. Welcome to the show, my friend. Okay, it looks like we are having some audio problem with Anthony Stevens. Let me welcome Dr. Henry Peabody, CEO. Welcome, you Bassa boy.
My esteemed Bassa brother and chief, Mr. Gilman, that you were missed yesterday. The people Missed you yesterday. Everybody was talking about you. Didn't see. So, in fact, some people started calling me Mr. Giveman yesterday on the show.
It's all right. We all from across the cotton tree. So you go by the Farmington River, we are all one.
Yeah, but good to see you, Mr. Giveman. We missed you yesterday. And we also want to welcome our friends from Freedom FM. They are taking us. We started going live on it, the closing acumen, then Freedom FM, True FM. So, we're trying to make this thing go so that the fair and balanced information will get out there. So we're trying to make it happen. So
excellent. Listen, guys, this is what this is all about. Freedom FM is on board. Care Radio is on board. We got obviously our parent company, Truth FM 96.1. So this is what life is all about. It's about growth. Every day you take a little step. Incrementally, you are taking a step. You are growing. That's what about. Let me read a quick history here while Anthony Stevens adjusts his microphone there. The Hebrew University of Jerusalem was founded in 1918 and officially opened in 1925. It was established by a group of prominent Jewish intellectuals, scientists, and Zionists. Oh, Leonard Dudu. Let me call you back, Mr. Leonard Dudu. I'm on the air. Let me call him back. That's the gentleman, the owner and CEO of the Liberia Investigator. I know you got a breaking news. We'll go to him later on. But in 1925, it was opened. It was established by a group of prominent Jewish intellectuals, scientists, Zionist leaders, and most notably Albert Einstein, Chaim Weizmann, and the notable Sigmund Freud and Martin Buber. They said the most credible and intellectual property that anywhere that anybody can own is an intellectual property. And it is not on your feet, it is not in the ground, it should be in your head. And the soul to produce the most intellectually found society on earth. So they have built universities that are second to none. They have more college graduates per capita than any other country on planet Earth. I say this to say what happened to some of our other intellectuals. We have water, we have soil, we have lakes, we got oceans, we got beaches, we have everything. So why aren't we growing? And few men got together and said, we have no natural resources. Our only natural resource will be our IQ, and we will develop it. And today, Israel has all the university, all the technology, you name it, they have it. Their IQ is higher. They develop it. I'm saying this to say we are still struggling. We are going to be 179 in a month. Are they any different than we are? Let me welcome the Honorable Sylvester P. We welcome to the show, Chief.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly, Mr. Giveman. I missed you yesterday, and I was told that you guys put into place some unworkable strategy to take And immediately after that gathering yesterday, then the Supreme Court hit your 6-3.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Listen,
good to see you back, and I think it's a good thing to that you guys trying to put into place one of the most powerful political institutions on earth, and the current most powerful ruling party.
That's right.
The GOP. Yes, but good to see you back, Mr. Giveman.
Yeah, let me see, Mr. Anthony Stevens, are you there? Can you hear us now?
Clear. I don't know if you get me because you said I was coming in somehow broken or so.
Yeah, we can get you now.
Yeah,
yeah, we get you loud and clear. Just look in the camera.
Okay. There.
There you go. There you go. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you so much. It's my debut and it's your debut too on our radio.
Oh, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a family member from Freedom FM, welcome to the show. We will be giving you a chance later on to call in and let us know what's on your mind. It is a special section of our show that we call What is on Your Mind, because we are not in every community. We are not on every block. Before we went to press, we have already come over our headlines. But if there's breaking news in your neighborhood, there's something more important, you got to let us know and we will profile it. Let me welcome Anthony Stevens. Anthony Stevens, introduce yourself. I know you got Freedom FM behind you, but there's more to you than Freedom FM. Who is Anthony Stevens?
Well, Anthony Stevens is a broadcast journalist for over 22 years or so, and been doing my best from back in the days up to now, still keeping the wheel turning in broadcasting. And here we are again at Freedom FM doing what we can do best for the nation.
Excellent. We're going to go around, I go to the AME church, and whenever we have a new member, we go around and we welcome you. I will not sing today because I don't want Dr. Peabody calling the police on me, but we'll go around and welcome you to the family. Dr. Peabody, our guest, our host, our partner, our colleague, Anthony Stevens, to his debut.
Yeah, Anthony is going to be hosting our show on Freedom FM, so we are delighted to have him. He's going to be in working in relationship. We're going to have him connect with Maya as well, from our parent station, Truth FM. So they're going to be working together. They're going to be hosting our show, and we're looking forward to a real action pack. We're hoping that we'll be able to reach other people that we're not reaching, as well, to make, because closing argument is getting big. It's going far, and we want to make this Liberian people to have assets, because every time people call me, we're not getting you. We're not getting you. What station? What this you're on? This, that, and stuff like that. So, Mr. Stevens, welcome. It's good to see you, and we're looking forward to more time together. More time. Yeah.
It's a pleasure also.
So Mr. P, we got a progressive here.
Yeah, Anthony is one of those, honestly, his voice is a reasonable tone in journalism in Liberia. I think he's not new to the microphone. He's maybe new to this station, but he's been one of those very reasonable and proactive and news-hungry journalists. As one of my own, at the time, the late Professor Kennedy in one of our mass communication classes, he said, "And that journalist that's not news hungry, it's not fit to be a journalist. You have to be news hungry, go for the news, fetch the news out and get it." But I think, yes, journalism in Liberia is one of those very challenging career currently. The reason why I'm saying challenging is because we expect much from journalists in Liberia, and we pay them far less in terms of the profession itself. And we demand much more from, and it's been a challenge in the way and manner that folks that are basically committed to doing these things. You don't see someone, and that's why they say how to call him, what is the old man that was in the advocacy way back, Mr. Gino, what's his name, that normally used to have his blanket ready to go to jail. Aberport. So Aberport said this before, and a lot of other reasonable folks that contributed to these professions. Also, like here in the U.S., you will see journalists. A lot of journalists are super millionaires. We talk about Carter, our man from Fox News. Most of those guys, your own cousin. You see them, even Anderson Cooper, and the rest of most of those folks. I mean, we have very powerful journalists that are earning a lot more. But again, from in certain part, but our society is such that, and that's one of the reasons why International Day of the Press, World Press Freedom Day, we normally pay tribute to Liberian journalists. That's part of the challenges and the way we pay them. They have not already been celebrated. It's about time that we we support journalism and journalists across the country. We hope that and the government can set the basis for some of these things, because I think government institutions don't even pay for act in newspapers, and they don't do those things. If they were to do some, there was a time I was at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the assistant minister, and this is an issue that we normally, whenever there was anything done for the ministry by any newspaper or journalist institution, I would push. There was a time one of the ministers even told me, "What are you looking for behind it?" I said, "Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We don't call something as a given. We do this. Maybe sometimes we'll order people around, and how you expect them to pay their staff and other things." So I think we need to put much into journalism and media-related work across. And today, the Supreme Court also, and I will end on this note, and you've been following that, also they took the something out of campaign financing. What is going to do now? Like I push for that again. The left, what that's going to do now? You're going to see some campaign. You're going to hear that just for media-related thing. When you hear something like $200, $300, $400 million, you get scared.
Yeah.
So you see, a lot of money going to be pumped into it. But I just want to say welcome, my dear brother. We look forward to having a lot of other interactions, and we will do much more. We, from the angle of the New Progressive, believe in journalism, believe in promoting the work of the media and interacting with the media very well. So thank you for coming, and we look forward to building the kind of a synergy that is required of us as commentator and you, the journalist.
Thank you so much. Mayan, you will be drinking from the well of wisdom, experience. So you are in good hands. Am I your colleague now? You know, you can't call me Pape, you can't call anybody Pape. We are all colleagues now. We can't call you Piqué, you know, professionalism. We are all professional colleagues now. But you have Anthony Stevens, someone that you have listened to, you've been following. How do you welcome someone of that stature on our show?
Okay, so I'd just like to say welcome to Anthony Stevens, someone who's been in the media for a couple of 1 or 2 decades now. I'd like to say welcome to the Closing Argument. This is a platform wherein we speak truth to power, we speak against ruling party, we speak truth to the opposition and whatever party it may be. When the truth belongs somewhere, we put it there. When the false belongs somewhere, we tell you that this is false. So this is the Closing Argument, and we have our CEO, Dr. Henry Peabody. We have Mr. Sylvester Pee-wee, have Mr. Jerome Gayman, our regular host, and other folks will come on. So as they come on, you'll get to know them gradually. But we are here. I'm at Truth FM, and we hope to meet one of these days to better know each other good.
Okay, brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Send us your comment, what's on your mind in our comment section. Let us know where you are tuning in from so we can send a shout out. Mr. Tuma, yes, Lofa County is in the house. Michael P. Williams, good evening, Freedom Family. Okay, that's a new one. Emmanuel Diggs, I am viewing from District number 10, Old Road, Smart Road. Thank you very much. Obviously, Flex Electronics. The man from Seattle is in the house. Eric Glenn Gay, good evening, Freedom FM. My name is Eric Glenn Gay. I am watching live from Bawadi, now Klein, Grand Judea County. Thank you very much. Hopefully, I didn't butcher the name of your town. And we got Velicious Junior Bar. I'm watching live from Nukku Town. And I'm getting text here that most of our folks in South Korea are tuning in by way of YouTube. And that's good. Very much. Before I go to the guys on the ground, let's look at our headlines in Liberia today. We got the House of Representatives to investigate Deputy Speaker Thomas Falah over public comment against the Speaker. You remember in one of his interviews, he said his Speaker, he said some derogatory stuff about the Speaker. Speaker needs to be careful as he handled XYZ. His leadership style has been questioned. Now the House is getting involved and say this is uncalled for. Deputy Speaker, on the other hand, issued an apology immediately, retracting his remarks about the Speaker. Argument in the motion to justify surety bill filed by former Deputy Speaker, Deputy Minister, and Chief of Protocol Nora Funa Finna Bono have difficult concluding or have officially concluded with Criminal Code C expected to deliver its ruling on Friday, July the 3rd. Senator Darius Dillon decried the slow pace of the joint security investigation into the $19 million drug case at the RIA. Glenn Cape County Senator and Vice Chairperson of the ruling Unity Party have threatened to join hundreds of Liberians in protest against the government over a snail pace investigation of the $19 million drug case. Fellow colleagues, it has been more than 2 weeks and nothing. And this one will not go. If it causes for us to join the Liberians in the streets to protest, we will do it. She spoke during plenary sitting on Tuesday, which is today. In other news, Delta Airlines have imposed total cargo embargo on Liberia amid heightened drug trafficking concerns. It says, even though it is not flying directly to Liberia, but anything that flies out of Liberia through any connection should not be allowed within the Delta space. Former Finance Minister Samuel D. Tuer Jr. claimed that President Joseph Yuma Boakai has appointed Abraham Nkrumah as head of a task force to combat illicit mining for fear of losing him to the opposition. He said, "We are losing everybody. If we don't appoint this guy, he will join the opposition." And he doesn't want that. Away from home, thousands of police have been deployed across South Africa as protests defy government on ban on weapons during the June 30 anti-immigration protest, which is today and ongoing. And in other areas in the news, we say they did fact check in Liberia. Ruth Coker Collins was correct about CDC government role in the Southeast road construction. Senator Coker demands suspension of security chief over airport cocaine drugs. We'll deal with that. Liberian police charged 2 in the U.S. Embassy student visa fraud. Senate confirmed Nathaniel Toh as Maryland County Superintendent. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great news for our women. Liberian referees have earned global recognition while battling intimidation at home and disrespect at home. We have a beautiful Liberian referee. This woman, this girl, has been recognized globally as one of the best referees in Africa. We will delve into these things, but let me welcome Mr. Anthony Stevens. Let us know what's on your mind, what's trending before we go into our stuff. What's happening? What's new in Liberia? What's trending?
Well, as you may be aware, there is this 90-minute drugs case that is on ground right now, where in fact they are being called for the government to actually look into this case to know who is actually at hand and who are the perpetrators of who are those involved and how did it happen. But again, there has been this slow pace. Government is not actually moving forward with the case, and things have been slow. Some of the guys are moving scot-free, and they are concerned. So today, I listened to the news, and I gathered that 2 senators in person of Amara Corner and Edwin Snow, both of them appear on one of our local stations, talk about, writing the plenary, inviting the heads of the various security agencies and the security advisor to the president to see how best they can answer the questions of the delay and the slow pace in this drugs investigation case. And also, former Vice President Madam Gerald Taylor has accused the Unity Party government, of not adhering to the promises they made while they were in opposition. She said they came to power based on propaganda, and yet and still they have not done what they said they're going to do. And talking about marginal expectation, things have gone from bad to worse. 3 years have gone. The government just not doing what they should have done and what they think they should have been doing right now, because they promised the people what they're going to do to eradicate drugs, because the previous government was doing such drugs, what have you, in the country, and blah, blah, blah. All of those things were highlighted today by the former vice president. And according to Snow, he said his colleagues, it's not something that is it been a witch hunter or so. He said that other opposition members or those in the ruling party, they are getting involved with this drug case because he quoted President Bouaga saying that they will make sure they find a dead end to this entire drug case. So those are some of the things that we gathered today from the news around Liberia as it relates to this drug case and how things are going with the government operations so far.
Excellent, excellent. We're going to go to politics. We're going to go to the news, but let me go to Dr. Peabody. Dr. Peabody, this thing they call the World Cup soccer. The game is a cruel one. Today, the Ivory Coast lost a heartbreaker. They controlled the game. They were in total control. And in the dime of the game, they lost 2-1 to a team that I felt we should have beaten convincingly, Norway. It's heartbreaking, Dr. Peabody. Our boys from next door were doing very well. They were the better team, but it always never the case. The best man sometimes just doesn't win.
Man, look, it's just what happened with Germany yesterday. You know, who expected that team to beat Germany, through penalties. Ivory Coast have, just when you don't expect it, the biscuit to break at the point. That way it ended up breaking, because I did not expect Ivory Coast to lose to what is it, Paraguay or Uruguay?
Norway.
Norway. Yeah, because Ivory Coast have put up some very splendid performance. They've been very incredible scoring and playing their opponent. So I just it's soccer. Like one of our old coach who's still around, Josiah Johnson, like he always said many years ago, that football is a piece of biscuit, and it can be broken where you don't expect it to break, that way it breaks. So the thing is, I think Ivory Coast did a great job. I think we need to applaud them. Unfortunately, there must be a winner. Somebody got to go home, and unfortunately, they took the hit. But I think I still give them credit as one of the best teams that play in the World Cup. The African teams are doing very well, except for the xenophobic country that they beat yesterday. The other day they went home to Africa, But African teams have been doing very well, extremely well. So.
Yep, and France just scored. Mbappe just scored another goal, so France is up 1-0 on Sweden. But let me go to Pee Wee. Pee Wee, the game today. Like we say, I know we got folks here. We got Liberian living in Norway. Velma McIntosh, keep quiet. Talking about your overlooking, we're going all the way. In fact, I would make it dark.
My Norwegian friend that would get mad with me soon.
Velma, that's why it never get dark in your country. 12 o'clock in the night, the sun's still up. Peabody, this one was a heartbreaker.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. And we have one of our partners. He's a former Liberian journalist, also a long-time Liberian journalist. He's also based in, I think, based.
Yeah. I remember him.
He's in Norway.
He calls himself the Viking King.
Viking. I think he should be somewhere either in Oslo or somewhere outside of Oslo or so. Yes. Yeah, he's in Norway. Today's game is they beat Ghana. I think so. They should be celebrating today. I don't think. But on a more serious note, soccer, and I'm one of the very ardent fan of the LFN of Cote d'Ivoire. The LFN, and I didn't. I felt a little down today when when I saw the game when the second goal came. Erling Haaland didn't do nothing today. That goal, he was sending the ball in, and he just
the ball came to him.
And that was very unfortunate. And again, I played the game myself before, so in the heat of the moment, a lot of things can happen. So I will understand. I wouldn't shift the blame on the players or say, "Oh, why you allow?" Sometimes if you are not, if we spectators who want to believe it's a game, we play the ball from our mouth sometimes, right? But it's very difficult. The tension is there with the players. I don't think they intentionally left him on mark. It came from the heat of the moment, and unfortunately, he did not. He was there running behind shadows today. He was just on the field running behind shadows. No, that's the problem about those kind of a striker. He's a natural born goal getter. So if you see the kind of people on the field, always put somebody on them, because in front of goal, sometimes. I mean, he's just a natural goal getter. The extent that the ball keep to him, the ball find him, and he put his foot there, and he went in the goal. Nothing he did today, actually, right? And you see the goal Ahmed score, Ahmed Diallo score for Cote d'Ivoire. The beginning broke through the ranks of that. He had the tactical endurance and the skills and all those things, we thought if we put some time in again, I think, but it was a bad day for the elephant, and then we the fan of the elephant, but. I mean, we just have to move on. But we look forward to seeing the rest of the African team. One of the African team already qualified for the round of 16. Morocco is there. Morocco hit Holland yesterday. It was very nice, good to see. And we look forward to a lot of things. Cape Verde is going to have a very tough time with Lionel Messi. We hope to see Cape Verde also and see a lot of things going to happen. But from the side of football, I think I'm enjoying this. One of the best World Cup in many years.
Yeah, no, I think people said the best.
I hope I'm not wrong, but from my own observation, it's one of the best World Cup ever in many decades. The fact that you see the last World Cup, Bob Wasser at any time was stopped selling beer in Qatar, right? They started putting some limitation on those things. But here, the ball from is it Scotland? The Scottish, those boys,
everywhere to go, the beer finish,
and most of the boys all over the world they get. I mean, it's one of the best World Cup. The quality is on the field. You can see the quality, the technical skills, and the rest of that. The team play, the individualism, all those things. So I think I'm enjoying it. But we look forward to seeing the first time, hopefully, because the last time Morocco went to the semifinal. 4 years ago, we hope another African team or even Morocco can go to the final this time around. Even if not winning, they will go to the final. We still have, I think, 7 African. It was 9 African countries that qualified.
We still got 7.
And we still have 7 stayed there. So we hope to see a lot of things unfold, actually. But it's good to see the game.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you, Pee Wee play the game, but he play only in 4 years. Steven.
No, I'm playing Sufatrio. I'm a Sufatrio game.
Oh, Sufatrio, okay.
Yeah, Sufatrio, the whole Sufatrio. If it's a year, but I used to be the ball to Thomas Apuma. The ball to Thomas Apuma that play for LPRC orders. Listen, I followed the game very closely, deep play. I'm technically versed of the game. I have my own skills and all those things, dribbling skills and all that. Right. I had not been the war, I would have been a very good striker.
I'm telling you, Steven. Talk to us what's the conversation around soccer in Liberia today?
Well, let me just throw a little bit of light on the World Cup you guys talk about, and before we go,
go ahead.
Like you said, this World Cup is one of the best, but I have some issue as it relates to the entries of countries into the United States and other host countries like Mexico and Canada. There are too many restrictions. I don't know, because of some global issues surrounding other countries that are hosting the World Cup, like the USA and Iran. All of this referee being denied. One of our Cape Verde referee being denied. Other countries were being, interrogated for so many hours. We could actually have some more implication on them. But anyway, be that as it may, the inclusion for the 8 countries is a good thing, because it will give other countries the chance to perform, owing to the fact that their game is growing back home. Look at the likes of Cape Verde, just making a debut to the World Cup. And the first match drawing with Stars to the Spain. One time, let's say a former champion, it was a game that many were like, wow, how did it happen? But, it all boils on the preparation and hard work and also investment. So to your question back home, our league has just ended and the guys are on break. There are transfer going on right now, and the league will be commencing anytime around August, September. So right now they are just off-season games taking place around the communities.
Excellent, excellent. Let me welcome Johnny.
But, Mr. Gamer, if I may, I think
Yes.
that's a very great observation quickly here from Anthony, and I agree. But there are reasons given for some of these things that are unfolding. For the Iranian team, the U.S. government is giving reason, and FIFA got your own rules. If FIFA does not interfere into the host country issue of issuing visa, if a player, like there's a player in Ghana that was denied
Thomas Partey
entry into Canada. The reason is that there's a pending criminal case he got on him in England. And, the king got some oversight also in Canada. So they rejected him visa on that. And FIFA said, hey, they won't interfere with that. Now, with the rivalry situations, FIFA said they also won't interfere because America, the Homeland Security is the prerogative of the Homeland Security to give visa to who. I mean, the issue is to protect the homeland. So if they link him to some terrorist group before in other situations, and FIFA is saying also, we cannot. But what we will do, we'll pay your whole salary. That if to say you are granted the visa to come. That we can't force you to come. We can force the host country to grant you visa, but we will pay you something. I think he's going to be getting close to $140-something thousand. He's going to get his money, but they won't interfere in the host country decision to issue visa. So those things are coming from, briefly, quickly here, Anthony, from this issue about concern about the homeland protection. And I think every country should do also. So, but the rest of that, everything is on course.
Great. Johnny, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Gilman. Basically, yesterday, I'm so used to calling your name when I came on the show and I didn't see you. I just spoke. I said, Mr. Gilman, and everybody started laughing at me, But thank you, and let me say welcome to who the bag. I don't know the two person.
Don't call my name. Semi Smarty.
All right. No. I mean, the network from Lofa breakdown, so no money coming in from Lofa. Yeah, broke down. Yeah. Well, anyway, but thank you, man. I'm happy that we are back this time to discuss the issues that affect Liberian society and the global community. I just thought to put my voice into the soccer game. Man, my whole evening got spoiled from this Cote d'Ivoire game. I was so excited that Cote d'Ivoire equalized. And Cote d'Ivoire played the game. They took the game to those guys like I'm happy we saying took the game entirely. But then I started feeling discouraged when they redeemed. Their whole playing pattern, their playing style reduced, changed automatically. And I realized, and as soon as the playing changed, I told my colleague, I said, look, this game I see I can see Norway scoring because Cote d'Ivoire had changed their playing pattern. The way they were aggressive when they were being led 1-0, and after the equalized, automatically they get reduced their playing pattern. So I think they actually caused their own defeat. But I like the World Cup that's going on. And one thing I noticed is that the new America is showcasing her architectural and engineering qualities when it comes to sports stadium. I was watching a game with one colleague of one Liverpool band. The Liverpool said, "Well, Babe, the last stadium I don't see yesterday in Europe doing the game you can watch in Spain, England, France. I don't see no stuff like this. I said America there because the size of the stadium, the features, everything, it's showcasing America's engineering and architectural capacity. But again, like the fellow said, the issue of people flying in, which we also clarify that the host countries' rules and regulations cannot be overturned by FIFA. And sometimes it's good that the host country understand that the game is a global initiative where football brings everybody together, But it's going good. It's going well. I'm happy that we got more African teams, in the league. I'm hoping that we can have one of the African teams showing up for the grand final. I'll be so happy because we cannot wait be seeing ourselves as just, we are going to participate and move from there. If you even qualify, we say, a great thing. No. We are all equal countries. We all got the same talent, and young people across the world play football anywhere. So it's just that our African teams need to be more focused, more mature, and more, disciplined when it comes to timing, decision making on the field of play, But the game was good. But Mr. Gamer, before I turn over to you guys, something happened today that really caught my attention, man. I went to the pharmacy to get my medication. And look, it was so sad for me. I got in the pharmacy, I met a lady interacting with the pharmacist. and she was complaining that her child is sick. And the pharmacist said, "Why don't you bring the child to the hospital?" She said, "I don't have money, but I can buy medicine for the child." And I saw this required grape water on the counter. And can you imagine the mother went to the pharmacy with $100 Liberian to buy medicine for the child? So the pharmacist said, "Oh, but madam, the medicine you want, the money can buy it." And the woman said, "I beg you, my child is sick. We didn't eat today, but I want to make sure that I got, medicine for her." So I look at the woman and say, "Okay, how much does it cost for this medicine? How much for the medicine?" She said, $300 Liberian. And I saw the $100 in the woman here in the pharmacy to present to the pharmacist. And the pharmacist said, "Well, my sec will help, but I don't have money on me. But the cost of the medicine is not the money you have." So long story short, I told the woman, "Okay, give her the medicine and add it to my bill for my pharmacy for my drugs." But when I thought to bring this, I didn't want to bring this up because I did something. No, that's not my issue there. That everyday business for some of us around here. But my issue is we need to look at our health system. Liberians, what are you working? You're not working. You got income. You don't have income. We need to find a way how our people can have some kind of health benefit or health insurance or health attention. So the lady came there. She said her child is not well. You imagine if she can afford $300 to buy this medicine. I'm wondering what are they even eat today? How do we start tomorrow? How are they carrying on? What is our source of income? And all of this comes back to what? The economy of the country. So I get thought to share this thing with you guys. I really felt bad today. I kept wondering how many persons have this situation the woman has that I met today. How many persons in Liberia? How many persons in Monrovia here? In my neighborhood? How many persons have similar condition like this? So it's a serious matter. I kept thought to share it with the team to know that we need to talk more about how I'm hoping that since most of our senior people in government are paying attention now to closing argument, I'm hoping that they will listen to this and see how they can make health policies that will include everybody in this country to benefit from health insurance or some kind of health benefit. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me welcome Honorable Victor Namwe. Victor Namwe, welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's good to be with you guys. Happy Tuesday. I guess it is. Yes, Tuesday. Mr. Stevens, welcome. Thanks for hosting us back there.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Johnny, thank you very much for helping out. I mean, when we come on here, I think those are some of the things that we're talking about. Our people's ability just to live, and not even to go and pursue happiness, just to be able to live. Take care of yourself. Eat, stay healthy, not even luxury. So yeah, thank you for helping out with that lady. I just wonder how many other ladies in her situation are there in Liberia. But yeah, we're talking about Cote d'Ivoire. Yeah, Saturday for the continent, Cote d'Ivoire. Actually, I thought it was one of the stronger teams. So I was a little I expected them to go through this stage, but they let it slip by, and so they're out. But Morocco last night, Netherlands. I mean, we all know Netherlands is a powerhouse. So congratulations to Morocco. I'm still not too happy with the way they're doing the whole CAF thing, but notwithstanding, I think they deserve to be congratulated. So congratulations. And I just wanted to mention briefly, Sylvester was talking about the suspension thing. We're talking about the Kaseko and Musa Raji thing, and we're talking about the threat from FIFA for suspending a country because of invitation by a third party, as in our case, taking them out of the court. And it really is a thing. I understand other countries, but lately Nepal, I think, has been suspended. I was looking it up. For doing exactly, I think, what we did in Liberia. So I think that threat was real. Although the outcome in Liberia is not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a more competitive outcome, but I think the threat of suspending countries because they take the matters to court It's a real thing with fever. I know we'll talk about Delta, so I will leave that for now. But yeah, Delta has already pulled the plug. And just what we were talking about here, some of the consequences that could result from our failure to quickly address this drug thing. So I know we'll talk about that, but Delta, I believe, has imposed an embargo on cargoes coming out of or going to Monrovia.
Sorry, Mr. Nambe, if I may, do we, and also to Mr. Gaiman also, but he stated this in the headline. Is this confirmed actually? Because I know that this did in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And is it confirmed? Because I don't want us to move a story that I know that this and I'm still checking on their website here. So we need to a little counter check this and balance it because it did this before 2020.
By all means, please do check.
So is this fresh news? So we can't come by again.
No, I understand this is recent. This is a June happening. So I agree with you.
I've been checking, but I haven't seen anything. Maybe Professor Kennedy.
Website here.
Yeah. Let me say my own. There, you can go and confirm it. Please let me say my thing. Let me finish. Let me finish, please. Let me finish.
So, Mr. Gaiman, is it today? Is it confirmed?
Let me finish.
Let me finish. I will address it.
Yes.
Let me finish. So, yeah, I know TCA is a reputable organization, and we can all go and fact check and all that. But I've checked several different reporting websites, and this is all over the news. So I didn't call Delta, so I can't say, but this is, I believe, it is being substantiated. But they have pulled the plug, and this is going to cause a lot of problems for all of us. I also wanted to mention, I understand some Liberians have started returning home from South Africa. This situation with South Africa, I understand there's over 200 of our patriots in South Africa. Some of them have started returning home. I haven't heard anything from our government yet. I know the Ghanaian government have asked the AU to put that on the agenda for discussion. So I hope our government is also going to say or do something about it. But I also hope that, our people who are returning home, are received and resettled. Hopefully it's not going to be like the recent returnees from Ghana, who had to go up in the streets because they weren't getting the resettlement benefits. So, but it's good to be with you all. I know some of these topics will drill down, as we go on with the show, but it's good to be here with you.
Great. Let me welcome Professor Larry Kennedy.
Chief, first I want to say thanks to Mr. Anthony Stevens for joining the TCA family. This shows that TCA is growing. Whenever you have an organization, the Freedom folks joining TCA is growing. And this is always positive, right? Because you need to have different voices being heard. You can't have all of the news and information coming from one side because it can always be slanted. So when you have someone like Anthony Stevens and his team, so Mr. Stevens, I really do appreciate, and I say thanks to the TCA leadership, Chief, Doc, Mr. Pee-wee, you guys are doing great. If you guys were a private entity, I would tell you to sell stock because your value is going, I'm telling you tremendously, your value is going up. People would be willing to invest, whether you're selling shares for $5 or $10, because the fact that you bring Freedom and you have some other organizations on the ground that will be joining, this is very, very positive. Mr. Gaiman, when everybody's saying they miss you so much, I think the next time you put in for a day off, the CEO should reject it.
Yeah.
Because, yes,
we'll
no more
reject
day offs for you. I'm telling you right now. That's it.
Okay.
You got to be here 5 days a week on time. No more days off. So you're going to reject any future days off, So you're looking to take July 26th off. I can tell you right now, the CEO already told me it's rejected.
That's right. And it's coming from Kennedy. So that's royalty. Well, before I go to Terminal George, I wanted to now have asked TCA to host the Honorable Venancio Mondlane. He is the leading opposition candidate in Mozambique. Friday, July 4th, he will be here live from Maputo, from Mozambique. And obviously, he's going to be treated just like any other politician. We want to ask him all of those things that have before us in Liberia, healthcare, education, all of that. I have told his folks in Washington, D.C., that obviously they got to have a translator. He speaks English and Portuguese, but we want somebody from American University that speaks fluent Portuguese to translate and transmit. So TCA is reaching not only Liberia, we are all over the place, and it will be our opportunity to be launched or to be heard in Mozambique, a big country. They're doing great things. This young man, they say he won the election, but the election was stolen from him. He didn't fight. He left. They ran him out of the country. The EU and the UN helped. He's back home and he's running his campaign. He's doing very well. So we're looking forward to that. But let me work on it.
Mr. Cayman, let me just wrap up real quick and say a couple of more things. And I'm glad you're bringing someone from Mozambique, because then, give him a little forewarning. We can ask him about the tuna boat scandal, right? Because I was, hopefully we'll discuss the tuna boat scandal, how those kind of scandals in a country ties into the narcotics things that you see happening in Liberia. Because when a country shows that it can't be trusted, there's some insecurity, investors don't want to come. To what Johnny said earlier, that's important, right? In terms of the healthcare sector, when you have the people who are managing the healthcare sector, Johnny, when those people do not use the same healthcare sector, they're not going to invest in it. And this is why when you take a look at the budget, you see more of the budget is going towards the recurring expenditures, the trips, the private jets, paying salaries for, just wasting money, and they don't invest in the healthcare sector. That's because the people who are managing it, they do not use it. Because when they need healthcare, where do they go? They travel overseas. They go to the US, they go to Europe. They never use the same healthcare system because they have that privilege. They're using the taxpayer dollars to do that. So that's why you will never see the healthcare sector or the education system in Liberia improve, because we just don't invest in it. There's a relationship between the amount of money you invest into something and the output. Take a look at the Lone Star. If you were investing heavily in Lone Star, look at small countries like Cape Verde, how well they did. Those little countries that Liberia, we had the world best. We should have been able to do a whole lot better, but we do not invest in there. There's a relationship between investment and reward. So you got to be able to look at those things and say, okay, maybe this is why, that woman, she couldn't afford it, because we just don't invest into the healthcare sector the way we should. And let me just say a couple of things real quick before I swing it back over to you, Mr. Gayman. The game that Paraguay played against Germany, in an open field, Paraguay will not be able to compete with Germany, right?
No.
So their smart play was to try to get it into the penalty kicks, because in the penalty kicks, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And you saw exactly what happened. Everybody thought, hey, man, Germany was going to beat them in the open field, but Paraguay fought. I mean, some of the fouls, man, they were committing. That was their game plan. They wanted to make that happen, to go into the penalty kicks, and it succeeded and that's why you got to have a good strategy. When you have a very good coach, he knows your weaknesses. He knows where your strength lies. All he said was, look, let me do something. Let me get us into the penalty kick. We're going to get into the penalty kick. We stand a chance. And sure enough, they got into the penalty kicks, and look what happened. Real last one on the narcotics. This is why the narcotics thing that Mr. Stevens talked about earlier is so important. When people are looking to invest in your country, they look at the security sector. When someone is looking to transport that amount of narcotics through your major airport, and you're saying you don't know who's behind it, or if you know, you don't want to say it, any investor would stand back and say, but wait a second, how is the security sector in our country? Is it safe for me to go and put money in it? Do we have good rule of law? These are the things that would drive investors out. And if you think Liberia is the only place that people are looking at to invest, you're sadly mistaken. Because Sierra Leone, the Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, all those other countries are competing for foreign direct investments. So investors will simply go to other places. You can have all of the nice little minerals and everything, the critical minerals that people are looking for. But if you don't have a secure environment, a secure country, nobody's going to bring their money in there because the risk is far greater than the reward. They're not going to do it. So just wanted to touch on those few things, just the things that were on my mind. And I'm glad you mentioned the guy from Mozambique, because when he comes, we'll discuss the former finance minister, Michael Chang, the tuna bus scandal, how that impacted the credit ratings within Mozambique, and some other things we'll discuss. Back over to you, Mr. Gaiman.
Great. Let me work on the chief himself. Chief Tomalin George, welcome to the show. We have our guests, our partner, our colleague, and our sister station, FM, Freedom FM from Monrovia. They are broadcasting live today, their debut. So, he's the pretty boy. We have to say hi to all of our friends and families listening by way of Truth FM. Welcome, Honorable George.
Mr. Gaiman, thank you. We missed you yesterday, and that shows you are doing a good job. Whenever you are absent and you are missed, that means you are doing something great, and it's good to see you back.
Yeah, we want to make sure you're a Democrat. You don't steal the election.
I'm independent, even though the Republican, you received some dirty blows today, especially the birthright citizenship. I was just surprised the vote. I thought it would have been 7-2 or something like that, but the number I saw, I was shocked that some people still voted that they want to undermine the voting amendment. But this is the great country called America, and also the voting issue about the mail-in ballot, that was good too. I'm happy. I love that too.
But guess what? We accepted the Supreme Court ruling, and because we respect the rule of law, we agree.
I really respect the rule of law.
We respect the rule of law.
But it's good to
you can say agree, then you attack them and you cost them.
Well, it's good to have Anthony Stevens. Welcome, and we're happy that our Freedom FM is now broadcasting our show live. We're expanding. People are listening to the radio. And the good thing about you guys have a very large audience. So it's good that we expanding and people are listening to us. In fact, I already got messages that we are on your radio station now. People just told me some people who listen to you, who follow your radio station. So that's good. We're happy for that. And we appreciate the management for coming to that agreement with us to reach this point. And as time goes by, we hope to expand more and more. But thank you. And also, we got people that are also volunteering free to be relaying our show in various counties. Somebody from Lofa is also doing it right now as I speak to you. So it's good. I'm happy for all of this. And also with the news, we hear all the news today. We're happy. And the news about the deputy speaker, the president speaker. I even heard just now before I got on the show that I know maybe that won't come up one day. They say the president thinking that he said, I think the mistake we made. We shouldn't have even joined people to remove Kofa. Now we're seeing all the problems we're seeing now. But I know when Roma will come up, we'll get bigger. But we know we'll have a good show. And as for the World Cup, I'm impressed with the African country this time around. At least they are making some headway. But I won't be more impressed until I see African countries in the next round, the next stage. I think right now the group of 16. For now they go to the group of 8, right? Yeah. And then the group of 4, then group of then.
Yeah, but we got one already in the next round.
Yeah,
Morocco beat Holland yesterday.
Oh, but then that's good. Then we are moving. And we pray. Yeah. Ghana still there?
Yes.
Yeah, Ghana coming in. But I think I was told that the floor water made the player then vest. Everybody been at it.
Man, the whole Accra, jeez.
Yeah, we just gotta hope for Ghana because I don't think that thing did not impress me. I had a chance to watch the game on Saturday.
Yeah,
and it was unimpressive. They didn't play with that expectation.
But they had already made it though, so that game was inconsequential.
Well, they had thousands of people that flew from all over the world to come watch them play.
Yeah, but they will not put a stars player on the pitch. You can't get hurt or get any yellow card or so. Okay.
Well, I don't know whether the player that played were not the star player. They were all the players that play.
All the star player. Maybe people can help out the people. You know all the guys there by name. I know that.
No, they had the likes of Thomas Partey, Jordan Ayew, all of that.
All of them play. Jordan Ayew played. Thomas Partey played. Everybody else played.
You know, ask people about any player that playing. The man know the club play for all. The man know all the players there.
Oh yeah. The man is a sports
religiously. Not some all. Even the world best players. I know your name, but he say he not scored. I know Dembele.
Oh yeah, Dembele. Yeah, he just scored. Yeah, it's 2-0 now. France.
Yeah, France is up 2-0.
Oh, France up 2-0.
Yep, 2-0. Dembele score and
Mbappe.
Mbappe score.
All the stars.
No, Dembele score.
Who scored?
Bakola.
Oh, Bakola. Okay. Well, they're all from. In fact, the third African team right here, France. The whole squad is also African people. Anyway, guys,
you know, when the message that he said that all from Africa, he almost said the Samuel Doe. And as he said that Vakia. You want to know what you want.
Yeah, it's still going back. Listen, that all you gotta say. Don't worry about the chest. You just say Vakia. That's all you want to know. Yvonne, welcome to the show. You're doing very well. Yeah, she said Mbappe scored. Yeah, he scored the first goal. Patience Simon, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All of our folks are tuning in. That is very, very good. Daniel Sharif, thank you very much for tuning in. Well, guys, let's go to our headlines, the headlines from Monrovia. Then we will go to other stuff. Let's go to Thomas Falah. Thomas Falah is like when you take a pebble, a little piece of rock, and you throw it in the middle of the water, you know, it reverberates. You can see the circle. This guy is making some waves when he speaks, what he does, where he stands. Everything has something to do. Let me start with Pee-wee. Pee-wee, the man accused his boss for being either unprofessional, unorganized. I mean, you name it. Even though he took it back, but he hit him real hard, below the belt to some people.
Oh, yes, and the reason why he took it back, there would have been some serious consequences. He took it back because he just wanted to cool his tongue here, and I thought I said your accent yesterday, while you were aware, we briefly discussed some of his activity with limo and the rest of the way he's extravagantly spreading money around in recent time, using more than 100 or 200,000 to get a headquarter battle prom land in that part of the city and build limo headquarters, pull the president over. He's talking about the kind of influence he commandeered. He commandeered an extraordinary influence now with the presidency and the rest of that. But I'm thinking that is carrying him off. You see, it's carrying off the line, and so he's making statements and not consulting. So some of these statements will cause some serious political trouble for him. Sort of the reason why he retracted the statement immediately after Representative Debbie wrote that he should be investigated of the statement. And now the House is the area that wherein the crocodile get eat own baby. So they will have launched a kind of an investigation, and they maybe come and use that. There are a lot of folks that are not happy with him, and people use that in the system. Now, he has to bear in mind that the speaker does not. They will pretend to, because the speaker want to remain speaker, so the speaker, but the speaker will listen to most of the star of the United Party. They are not comfortable with him. They believe that he's venturing to uncharted territory, and he's trying to own their own territory, going more deeper into certain areas. So there will be an attempt to neutralize him if that attempt has not started. They will have to move to do that quickly. Now, the problem is that no one's going to trust him moving forward. He lambasted the regime that built him and made him the person he is today. He even asked why we want to go back to the executive, why they want to come here. And he knew all of them were in our same place. That's the place that built him, right? He went after WEA and the CEC very hard. There's going to be no sympathy for him there. They're going to do everything also to attack him continuously whenever they got any kind of an opportunity. But here's why he's mistaken. And to go for the speaker, now he went for almost everybody. He went for the current LTA boss that's been I knew him before now, someone that played a very pivotal role and organizing role in local politics and that of the legislative politics, Clarence Massaquoi. He also went after, he didn't call name the current finance minister, that he's not focusing on his job. He's trying to now, he's nursing, increasing the presidency. He went after the finance minister. He also went after his own boss. Now, the problem that he had therefore is that he believed, now what is taking him off the line is that the president broke quota not with him. He believes he's captured the president already. That's his mindset. So he's using this, spending some serious money around. It's the same money he got through the system. He's going to use that. He's like, I'm going to use this money to buy my way through. I'm going to go to the U.S. And it's part of the reason why also Liberia in the diaspora can say sometimes, okay, man, you and I, we disagree, so not to agree to issues. But the Liberian diaspora are not set the basis of some of these things. The same Liberian that will criticize, call, hit the government hard, hit this. They are doing this, they're doing this. You see it organizing big party for them, and they are all moving, chanting all this kind of line. They're not asking their hard questions. So it's part of the reason why he's doing that. So he's in a very tough zone currently. So he had no option but to retract the statement immediately and run us from a podium and refer to this deputy speaker as his friend and brother. That's the main thing. But no one would treat a friend and brother the way he did. No one. But now, as a matter of caution, to safeguard himself and his job for now in the relationship, he said, my friend and brother. But I don't think you will attack your friend and brother in the manner he did. So it's justified for the purpose of we more on the show tonight. So I mean, it's unfortunate and what he's doing, but I don't think he's headed in a very terrible direction. If care is not taken, they will neutralize him and just excommunicating in no time.
Great. Before I go to somebody else, let's go to the newer kid on the block, Anthony Stevens. You are on the ground. You are listening to what's happening. We are talking across the pond. We are from across the pond. Talk to us about what's happening there, the deputy speaker, and what's happening in the House between the deputy speaker, everybody else, and especially his boss, the Speaker of the House.
We listened to our party listened to Deputy Speaker Fowler on Sunday on the Spoon Talk, where in fact he spoke about the speaker being unprofessional. He's trying to make some impact in his life, that is to make him to learn something, but he needs to improve. He talked a lot, and at some point in his discussion, he felt that he was going the wrong way, but it was too late. Then as soon as that went into the media, and all have seen his statement as undermining his boss and what have you, and one of his colleagues wrote Penner that indeed there should be investigation into his statement, and perhaps could retract him or be investigated as to what led to his making such statement against his speaker. Of course, they have actually rallied around the speaker to make sure his office is being protected and respected, as they have all done that. But again, he coming back to apologize. Well, it may be in good faith because he level his relationship with the speaker as far as some 10 years ago, that they are cordial. The statement shouldn't be seen as something that will break the relationship because they have come a long way. But agreeing to that is important. But one thing I want to make people understand: apology may repair the situation, but emotion will not be removed. So I think he made such a statement in a way that he shot himself in the leg. Coming from a major party that just lost election, and I already know that he's with the Unity Party, but he's been termed as member of the head of NIBO, a group that supports the presidency, and he questioning the former president why he's indeed coming back to power. All of these things, I think that it boils down to trust and his credibility within the circle of the speaker, because anybody with such motive or statement, in shorter time will actually be questioned, because it boils down to loyalty and all of that. Maybe the speaker also will see him as somebody who answer to his leadership, or some thorn in the flesh, or not being too much in his interest, but somebody who is a pretender. So again, it would be another political game on Capitol Hill that would draw the attention of the executive as usual.
Great, guys. Let's keep it short. We got a lot of folks here. Let me go to Dr. Peabody. Dr. Peabody, the young man, isn't it the right thing to do? You say what other people don't want to say. They want to say, but they can't say it. And you hit him, pull your finger in his eye and say, "Oh, my man, I'm sorry," knowing you know what you're doing.
Look, Mr. Goodman, yes, I got one day shot by our verse. They say we should know them by the fruit and the fruit that they bear. We already know Thomas Fala. He was with Chairman Kofa. He sat there and honored him in the best way he could. After they had this great working relation, he went there, honored him, only because Speaker Kofa had called for an audit of the legislature. And he honored him. He didn't rest until they found a way to push him away, found the best they could do to kick him out. Now, he did the same thing to the CDC. The CDC that brought him to light I'm not trying to put him down, but from selling plank. The CDC was able to promote him to become a representative and stuff like that. And now he went up. I've been saying this thing for a while. This guy is one of the most corrupt guy in the legislature. There's a man who even go as far as taking money for office supplies, and they will cut it down. There's a guy who will cut up the money for office supply and cut it down and stuff like that. So the thing is, we see him all in the U.S. here. He was in Philadelphia the other day, paying thousands of dollars for people, buying them T-shirts, buying them jersey to play game just to honor him. He went to Minnesota, paid people, paid for. Now, if you're ready to form an honest organization where you want people to follow your lead or the message you have, you don't have to be doing that. People themselves will come up and buy jersey. They will rent hall to receive you. But he's taking thousands and thousands of dollars. He's in Canada. He's doing the same thing, going all over, bribing, spending more than $150,000 all over the place. And you got serious stuff going on back home. Johnny just talked about medical and stuff like that. This guy, we all know he's very deceptive. Because I love how he's unfolding, because he and the same Speaker Coon were the one there, and they were all lovey-dovey singing. The more we are together, somewhere they were standing singing, the more we are together. So I love how he's unfolding. Two corrupt people going against each other, man. Mr. Goodman. I'll stop there.
Johnny, real quick, we got a lot of folks here, but listen, the president said, at one time, he said, if say I don't support corruption, but if you're going to steal the money, bring it to the people. Thomas Fala is bringing the money to the people. So why should they complain?
No, Mr. Goodman, like I said last night to my colleagues, Thomas Fala is doing his best. He's on a mission to infiltrate the Unity Party. And he's succeeding at some level. His apology to the speaker, is just a deception. There's an agenda. And there's an agenda that the guy is moving on, he's working with. So the UP guys should just be on their light. But I think they have missed it, because the man has already captured the head. In as much as Deputy Speaker Fala and the president are the closest, are the most friendly people now in government. UP guys should just sit and they should just try their best to keep grieving. But Thomas Fala is the guy, man. The guy, he's the guy on the block. He's the head nigger in charge in the legislature.
Well, you heard it all. I have someone here. Mr. Paley said, I hope this show is an everyday show. It might be new, it might be a Freedom FM family. Yes, we are here 5 days a week. So when you tune in tomorrow, we'll be here. We are here every day. Let me go to Larry. This one, we are talking about the nucleus of the Unity Party. Thomas Fala is neither. He's not a partner. He's not part of the nucleus of the party, but he's wielding such a power to the point where even the real Unity parties here are getting jittery.
Yeah, there's a saying, past behaviors are usually indicative of how the person will behave in the future. For example, if it rained every Tuesday for 3 months, on a Tuesday, if you're going outside, you would take an umbrella because you've seen for the past 3 months it's been raining. Well, we've seen him do this before. Then we shouldn't be surprised if he does it again and if he keeps doing it. But the problem is when people are willing to embrace him and celebrate with him, it's not for real, because I think Mr. Stevens said it. When you hurt somebody emotionally, they might laugh and smile with you to make peace, but they're not going to technically forgive you. So what's happening right now is people are not going to forget what he's done, because all of this undermining, it will eventually come and bite him. We saw the same thing, I think, in the previous administration. We saw the kind of fussing and fighting that was going on at the Ministry of Justice between the Solicitor General and the Minister of Justice, and all of that led to a big blow up at some point. So you got to be careful with this kind of undermining, because it will tarnish your reputation. And eventually, if you're using fire to burn other people, that same fire will turn around and burn you. So I don't think he's making friends anywhere, because if you're burning bridges behind you with the CDC, you're burning bridges with the current administration, it's going to end up hurting you eventually in the long run. People sometimes they're confused speaking to power with their own self-ambition. They keep mixing the two up at times. They don't understand. It doesn't have anything to do with loyalty. If you want to be consistent, be consistent. But you undermine the previous Kofi. You undermine him. Why are people surprised that he's going to undermine the current guy? He's going to do it. And even if the current guy were to leave, the next one that comes in, he's going to do it again. Why? Because his previous behavior has shown this is what he does. So people shouldn't be surprised. That's why we say in psychology, we say in investing, past behavior is a good indication of how the person will perform in the future. Look around the people that are around in Liberia, some of the politicians, some of the things they're doing today, those are the same things we've seen them do in the past. So we shouldn't be surprised. And because we are so focused sometimes on all of the politics, the tabatai, the this and that, we forget about the socioeconomic issues that are hurting the people. We start looking at our self-interest and keep forgetting what's going on in geopolitics, the price of oil, what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz, how it's impacting the price of oil, which leads to inflation, which means that the prices of the goods, the bread and butter stuff, the prices are going to go up. Those are the kind of things we need to be addressing, but we don't, because the politicians then have a stranglehold on our attention span. But, finally, I think eventually we'll catch up with him, and he will not have that kind of loyalty because people simply will not trust him. He will have nowhere to fall back on. So this is the kind of things that people need to be mindful for. Sometimes, it's good to be loyal. Speak truth to power, yeah, but maybe you can take the person in the back and have a little conversation with them in private. But when you bring everything to the forefront, everything in the open space because you're trying to do something or show something, eventually you lose loyalty amongst your friends and nobody will trust you going forward. So I'll give it back to you, Mr. Gayman.
Let me go to Victor. Listen, I like some white folks, and I keep saying this. When you come into a space where it is so tight, instead of being dominant, just be neutral, fitting. You want to stand out like a sore thumb. This man said, if you're running, you got presidential ambition. You shouldn't be here. You are underperforming. The president should reshuffle. President should get rid of you. I mean, he just went. He took on everybody, and finally to his boss. They see that he really wants because he wants to be the speaker. Telling his boss that the man is undisciplined, he's unprofessional, and all of these things. Can you imagine talking to your boss? Then you turn around and say, "Boss, I'm sorry. It's a slip of the tongue. I can't do this."
Yeah. Dr. Peabody and Mr. Peewee. I just dropped the link for the Delta News in the chat room. So I'd like you to check it out. I honestly do not appreciate being fact-checked in real time. I think there's professional courtesy here. We should accord to one another. I don't appreciate that because I don't do that to you.
No, we just asked a question.
So when I bring my
Mr. Lamar, what are you saying here? Mr. Lamar, you saying to ask evidence too?
Let me talk my own. I don't want you to question what I bring here because I don't do that to you.
No, but no, see, you always did that. No, come on. Come on.
I have been here long enough.
Come on. You always did that.
Don't tell me to hold on. Don't tell me to hold on. No,
hold on. Why you want to personalize this?
You can't tell me.
Gentlemen, we're having a
Why you want to personalize this?
I'm not personalizing nothing. I'm
not.
not
personalize it.
I did not question your information when I bring my.
You always did. Always did that. Always on this topic.
Okay, guys.
We're not personalizing anything.
That is not true. That is not true.
Let's say if just confirmed.
But I just dropped the link. I just dropped the link in there, which I believe.
Don't get any feelings
from
on this.
Delta website. Huey, let me talk. All right, Huey, let me talk. Give me a minute. Let me talk. All right, let me talk. You can come back when I'm done.
Go ahead.
So yesterday, I believe we talked about what I believe Fala is trying to do here. I believe he's trying to put his markers down. He's trying to make his spot, I believe, on the rescue train. He took a lot of pot shots at a lot of people, and I think he's trying to feel them out. We talked about that yesterday. He is not of the UP, but notwithstanding, right now I think there's a lot of clout that he's wielding, and I believe the president is giving him a wink, in my opinion, and so he's trying to stretch the limits of his powers. So yeah, he took his shots at pretty much anybody of consequence in the UP over the weekend, from the VP to the finance minister to the speaker, pretty much everybody. Because I believe he's trying to bully as many people as he can, instill fear in them, and be, the big boy in town. So I listened to part of what he said about the deputies, about the speaker not being experienced, he needs some room to grow. He understands he's academically competent and all that. Clearly, those are shots at the speaker. But what is interesting is the call for him to retract. I'm shocked it is not coming from the UP camp. It is not. I think Johnny here will claim Representative Debbie. I think he's from Lino. He's the one who's raising the flag. I think it says a lot about how intimidated the rescue train must be feeling of Fala. And so, yeah, he's retracting, as many of you have said here, but I think the damage is already done. I think his goal has been attained. I think the message he wanted to send has already been sent. So, yeah, he's apologizing, and, we'll see how it plays out. But that's my take on that. I believe the deputy speaker and the NEMO team, I think they are going to be the vehicle, I believe in his opinion, that the rescue train is going to use going to 2029. And all of what is going on here, in my opinion, points in that direction. But back to you, Jerome.
Yeah, Chief Tourmaline. Chief Tourmaline, here we are. Someone just said maybe the president is using Thomas Fala's mouth to chew his pepper. And two, a guy who supports you with only his voice, will you listen to him more, or the guy who supports you with his money, lots of money? So someone said that's an easy choice for any leader. But do you think the president is behind this man say these things, do these things, do this? You think he's just doing this out of a sudden, or he got a backing of the upper echelon of the party?
Well, what you understand is that UP is the rescue coalition is getting fractured. They're fracturing. We notice, and Thomas Fala. I mean, people will say he was smart to somersault in less than 24 hours, because the minute you saw the guy say you should discuss him about his statement, and when if they come to the vote to penalize him, the speaker have the vote. So he has the vote. So you don't think you want to go that route. So he immediately said, but again, I was telling you guys earlier, even though he apologized, he retracted his comment, but it's already gone. There's no way Richard Kun would see him as the same person. Richard Kun now sees him from a distance. He sees him differently. So if they were ever cool before, no, they're not going to be cool. Right now, there's a rift in the ruling establishment. It's no secret that Thomas Fala is an ally of the vice president, and the ranks and file of the UP, the regional, the UP stalwarts. They're not happy. They are not happy with the VP in a sense that I don't think they want to see him as central to the presidency at all. And you've seen the split. What's happening right now, and because of that, Thomas Fala said a lot of stuff, and then also he threw a jab at those who he sees as who are resisting the VP. Like he threw a jab at some ministers, and we all know you're talking to Gaffron and others. And he said if they want to run for position, they should wait, they should resign and focus on it instead of start to show that their true colors already. So it's a fight that's coming, and you're gonna see it. It will get nasty. It will get. If I were Thomas Fala now, he will put together a very effective PR team to help him. If you notice right now, the vice president go on Facebook. You see, I think his cyber team they are active, and they are already attacking people who are attacking him. They are doing all the work now. They already started, and then Fala he needs a team like that or he needs to go on other platforms to clarify his statement. Either he double down or make some clarification, but. The fight is on. I can tell you this. And Richard Kun will not see him as the same person he saw him once. That he might deputy. No, I know this guy he won his job. This guy, he didn't see me as a real speaker. He has something about me. So that fight is on. And he can say sorry, all he wants to say sorry, but they're holding it against him. And I can tell you, the House of Representatives, his lawyer forces are there. And the speaker has one of the lawyer forces. They are divided now. And the president, honestly, you think the president really know everything? No, that woman is just taking it every day at a time, because right now, even the job he's doing right now, the drawing rings around the woman already. Drawing rings around him. Most of the things happening. Imagine for the fact that a major issue like a drug bust, the president couldn't face the nation. You got to record a speech and give it to him, and to read and through a recorded speech. I mean, he's not really in control of things. But as I will tell you guys, at the end, before the election, there'll be a lot of issues happening. There'll be a lot of cross-carpeting. There'll be a lot of fights. People will cross-carpet. People will fight. And don't forget, the gathering in Grand G there last weekend. I mean, go on Facebook. You see all the UP stalwarts attacking that gathering for the fact that, in fact, and where I notice is that they are focused on Cummings and we are the two people they're really attacking. I don't know what the fears about. And then I think the former education minister wrote some piece and trying to, I think, put together a Cummings we are ticket. And I saw my friend Baga Jaliba firing back. They're firing at. So look, it's a whole split happening right now. The fight is on. And if the union establishment don't do the homework well, they're going to have more fractures. More fractures will take place, and like that. Fala have nothing to lose. Fala he has his own wealth, his own money. He will do what he got to do, but he got to be mindful that he know that he have enemies. He got enemies within that caucus the in. So there's no real love there. He aligned with the vice president, and the other guys know that. So that's the fight is on. You're gonna see it. Koga was on today in Nima. All the stations in Nima carry Koga. Koga was firing back, going after. So his daughter also jumped to fire back too. Koga's daughter. So the fight is on. It will get nasty, and just watch it. Yeah, popcorn ready.
Let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
As you're lending, and I think you're alluding to some of the things that UP is not press shy, media shy. We know that. Okun is not media shy. Does it not? Isn't it kind of weird that the UP has said nothing about all of what Fala is saying and doing, either on Facebook or anywhere? Because not even the Queen himself, who has been directly attacked. Not even Gaffron, who has been directly attacked.
But if you notice, Kun surrogates are fighting back. Go on Facebook. Even my sister, the superintendent, they are jumping in this fray. They are firing back. And Kun came out today and said, look, Cotton, thank you for your doctorate degree, but you're not coming doctor until I leave office. I want that title. You're just my name is Jeremiah Kun calling doctor. All this stuff happening. Because they've been firing at you too. And so right now, and the president, Bwaga, not much he can do. Not much he can do. He's not really in control. And the UP, should be worried that you get a almost 85-year-old president and who's not too well. He's not at his best. He's seeking re-election, and they're already fighting. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. We should also pray that the president should be able to end his term. If anything should happen, God forbid, the fight will be a bigger fight. So, and I tell you the truth. And what they call him? And Richard Kun is not happy. He's not happy with Jeremiah with Fala. I don't care what Fala can say. Richard Kun now look at him as a different person.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, our family from Freedom FM, we say welcome aboard. We love having you. We are reading your comments. Later on, we'll recognize most of you and open the line by 7:30 to give you time to call in, opine, and make your comments. Let me start with Tifa. Tifa is a fearless way.
Jen McMorrow.
Yes. Let me go to Anthony Stevens. Anthony Stevens, real quick here. The LDEA is on fire for a home raid that happened yesterday, filming a naked woman. It says here the footage has generated widespread outrage and outrage, with citizens, activists, political commentators questioning the conduct of officers entrusted with enforcing the country's drug law. The controversy comes at a time when the agency is already facing intense public scrutiny over what many describe as slow pace of investigation into the seizure of the $20 million worth of cocaine intercepted earlier at the airport. They raided an ordinary person's home, stripping the woman naked and filming it, and this video has gone viral. And the country, the people, and the whole world is ripe for scrutinizing these folks. Anthony, what are you saying? What are you hearing? Give me the pulse of the country on this particular case.
Like you said, the DA, the LD is on serious scrutiny as it relates to this beginning over the $19 million drugs case that is still hanging in the balance. And, people trying to reference some of the local, quote-unquote, local drug case that they flagged issue with on social media. But again, coming to this woman issue, it was on yesterday that her photo went viral on the social media. About her being stripped naked while in fact the guys went to carry on an arrest in this community. But again, this is what the DA had to say via a release. The issue, I think, on yesterday or so. They are calling for immediate investigation into the video that is circulating viral on social media concerning this lady, and it says it wishes to state that it has zero tolerance for misconduct, abuse of authority, and other violation on the people's right. Should the investigation establish the involvement of any LDA personnel, appropriate disciplinary action will be taken. The agency further appeals to members of the public to assist in the investigation by providing any credible information about footage. So this is what they have to say. But again, it's often that when the guys go to do arrest, they will carry on some actions which, of course, that are not conform to their standard or their status. But again, the crowd for the improvement of the LD, all the security sectors for them to be professional is on increase. Because owing to the fact that, in fact, there was this release from our one women group about this viral photo of this woman on social media. They actually frown on it, and they called on the DA to look into it immediately because it actually shows a sound of it shows a bad sound to the world that this country is fighting drugs, and they are forging a way that will spread women, being vulnerable to society or insults. So again, there are a lot of concerns about this case to be actually looked into with immediate effect.
Well, let me go to Professor Kennedy. Professor Kennedy said the absence of arrest in the high-profile airport case has fueled public frustration, with many questioning why ordinary communities continue to experience aggressive enforcement, while those allegedly connected to large-scale narcotics operations remain unidentified or uncharged weeks after the seizure. This is the hypocrisy. This is why our institution have lost trust.
Yeah, but you see, Mr. Gaiman, what people should also be concerned about is because when you look at the chart for the MCC, in order for the MCC compact, that's one of the things to look at. That's one of the things to look at. And also because it implies, it suggests that there are some high level public officials involved, because when the government seems to be kind of hiding information, people get even more suspect. They say, oh, wait a second, something must be going on. But usually when these things happen in any society where you have good rule of law, good political system, good infrastructure, the government will immediately take to the podium and explain it and call names out. In fact, what the government would try to do in some countries, they would try to embarrass those people by taking the police and having them arrested. Because when you do that, it sends the message to other people that, hey, you cannot use the international airport in this country as a conduit for narco trafficking. But when you go and you start hiding, or you saying you have information and you don't want to share it at the moment, it gives the wrong impression. And this is what you see. You cannot have foreign direct investments coming to Liberia when your country is being cited for narco trafficking. It just don't happen, because drug traffickers are also using Liberia as a conduit for money laundering. And those are the main things. Anyone who works in the banking sector over in the US or any developed countries, they will tell you money laundering in West Africa is a major problem. And this is why some of the major banks, I'm sure, Mr. Gaiman, you remember at one time you had some major international banks in Liberia, like the Chase Manhattan Bank. Most of the major banks then do not go and establish in Liberia again, because Liberia is seen as a money laundering hub. And when you have your international airport being used as such, you need to step up to the plate and do something, man. You need to step up and do something. And one thing I want to touch on that woman being embarrassed like that, police officers, when you do your job at a level that shows respect for the people you there to serve and protect, you will get the same in return. But when you start embarrassing people, and this is why I know, Mr. Gaiman, I'm going to hit you and your political party hard on this one right now, because this is why E. Jean Carroll won $83 million judgment against President Trump. Because when she went after him and he started attacking her in public, she sued and she won her $83 million, and he challenged it, and the Court of Appeal said, sorry, buddy, you're out of luck. That's what happens in a society where you have the rule of law. But can you see, maybe Mr. Pee, you guys, what's the African American lawyer that when you have police abuse, he's always the first to show up?
Crump?
Benjamin Crump.
Crump. This is what Johnny Cochran used to do, and Crump now does it. If you had like a Crump type lawyer in Liberia, the police going to be sued left and right. I'm telling you right now, because there's a whole lot of nonsense they're doing. And even the late, what's her name, Sam Jackson's late wife, how quickly people were able to take photos of that woman and put it on social media, it was just astonishing. It was just astonishing. And people are not held accountable for this nonsense, so it tends to continue. But I'm telling you, man, you cannot develop a country without the rule of law. You cannot develop a country if you don't invest in the people. For the people, by the people. You don't invest in the people. But when you have a small segment, less than 1% of the population controlling the entire wealth, which is the legislators, that's why everybody wants to go to become a legislator in Liberia. You don't have people talking about investments. You don't have people talking about education, the private sector. That's why when the 10-year positions, they want to jump into 10-year positions with the hope that when the administration leaves, they'll still have a job. One last thing, Gaiman, and I'm going to hit your guy Trump on this one again. You're on my radar right now. Remember? So the recent ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court that says President Trump has the authority to fire anyone that he wanted to fire, except he couldn't fire that lady who sat on the board for the Federal Reserve Bank. Remember that? He tried to say she was involved in some mortgage fraud.
Yes.
And he tried to get rid of her. He couldn't get rid of her. The reason I mentioned that is, the Supreme Court said, because the central bank or the Federal Reserve Bank controls interest rate and has an impact on the entire society, you cannot have a president tampering with that. But we saw President Boycott, despite the 1999 CBL Act, we saw President Boycott go and relieve the central bank governor, Tarlu, which should not have ever happened. This is why we have all of these issues. The rule of law is not being followed. It's not being adhered to. No one is paying attention to it because there are no consequences. So, my man, I turn it back over to you, man. It's Liberia. That's where we find ourselves.
Larry, didn't they make that conditional that he has the power to fire, but with cause, I believe?
Say it again.
The firing that the rights that were granted to the president today to fire, except for Lisa Cook. But I thought that was also conditional, his capacity to fire. I think they said with cause, I believe.
For cause.
For cause?
Yeah, for cause. So if you look at the Federal Reserve Act, Federal Reserve Bank in the U.S. was formed, I think, in 1913. Similar to every central bank out there, if you want to relieve a central bank governor or a Federal Reserve Bank chair, it has to be for cause, meaning they have to violate some law.
Right.
You can't just say, I don't like this person. Like if you want to get rid of Tarlu, he has to be put on trial. He has to be put on trial for cause and then relieve of duty. But the president just can't come out and arbitrarily say, oh, I'm getting rid of this person because that is just violating.
I was interested in that part because I know people back home will run with it. Oh, the Supreme Court say, the president can fire anybody he wants to fire. It's basically the same.
Well, Liberia doesn't matter because they will do it. Johnny, here we are. The LGEA they're going to this common woman's house, gun blazing, breaking down her door, breaking down everything, stripping her naked, taking pictures, taking picture of a naked woman. And they got 6 people within their ranks that they do not want to identify. They are protecting, they are shielding, but then they want to go out here and do this to an ordinary person. Isn't this a hypocrisy?
It is selective arrest, selective enforcement of the law. That's selective. And I guess whatever they want to arrest an woman for may be marijuana. I guess it will be marijuana, which is by all means a low-level drug situation in the world compared to cocaine, heroin, and the rest of it. So to go and arrest, it's not now when I see the TEA going to aggressive and kind of like tension, kind of active move to arrest marijuana, I can be laughing. What are you talking about marijuana? When it grows everywhere around this country, you understand? When you see a high level international concern drug, cocaine, it didn't show any kind of aggressive action to prove that the state is ready to curtail drug, to the extent that you discover or arrested a good quantity of cocaine prepared to be exported out of the country. Up to this time, we cannot even identify where cocaine was processed. If we have a factory here that is processing or producing cocaine, nobody has heard about it. How it got to the airport, nobody knows. Who shipped it, whatever, nothing. But our poor Liberian woman. But look, Mr. Gaiman, look in the legislature. The guy from NLTM also, the guy that doing the traffic management team, the guy went to legislature in the chambers and behaved aggressive, behaved rude there. Did he? take any action to say the guy will be here for contempt of court, contempt of the legislature. If there had been any Liberian person, that person would have gone to jail for a month or a week or whatever time. It would have been a big news. You kept telling the legislature you can rule. But this man, when the Lebanese man, whoever went in that place at the rule, he even physically fought or challenged the Sergeant arm.
Yeah.
What happened there? Nothing happened in that place. So only the people like, I don't know why our own government prefer to treat us. The other people that when we do wrong, the way they can run on us to treat us. I mean, they can be showing all their security tactics, security techniques on the poor Liberian people. But when it comes to the thing that matters most, that affect the very poor people, then they take it easy. They say, oh yeah, we got 6 persons, we don't calling their name, we got this. What is difficult in knowing shipment of goods? What's difficult in that? Or you travel every day from place to place. When your goods are tagged at the airport, when you get to baggage claim, you get your tag on your passport, you identify your goods. If you can't find it, you got people in the baggage claim even that can help you to identify your item. So what is so difficult to know that the consignment of cocaine left from somebody's house or somebody's warehouse or somewhere and got to the airport and somebody had processed it, it was tagged to be transported. What is difficult? When I poor woman that they got tipped off that she was doing some illegal contraband into activity, yes, I get it, how more 5 pickups there today. 5 or more pickups to go and arrest that poor woman. But the airport issue, all the pickups are packed, all the manpower, they are stationed waiting for order to go and arrest or even go and put men around where they're suspecting to be the cocaine and the processing plant or whatever. So it's just bad for us. The police action, the security action should not be selective. That's the rule of law. We all are equal under the law. If anyone else violated the law, the same way you arrest me when I violate the law, the same way you should arrest Mr. Gamer, Mr. Sylvester Pee-wee, anybody else, the same thing you should do. Why should we be selective in the arrest? Why should we be selective in the enforcement of the law? This is not good for Liberia. And again, the people have to know that the people that they elected to office, to organize, to manage and lead them, this is what we are getting from them. It is not good for us. It's poor, it's bad. This is poor governance. This is poor security system we are running here. You can't do that. Can't be selective because somebody is up there, they suspect them to be in crime, so you're taking it easy with them. The poor woman in Slowway, in somewhere, in Pinsville, in Tuporo, in somewhere that can only afford 1 day meal. When she's suspected of being involved with crime, you carry all the armed men, all the pickups, make the whole neighborhood look terrorized and confused. It's not good. We should do better in this country. Liberia is a small country, population less. We should have good governance here, good system here, so we can enjoy this country and live our life. This is our place. We should live happily and enjoy the God-given blessing that we have. We shouldn't be living in poverty, in hardship, and all kind of conditions here. It's not good for us.
Thank you. Honorable Pee-wee, listen, today, yesterday, when our drug enforcement agency, you think under these circumstances, they will be very cautious knowing that they are in the public glare. But this one was way over the top. Can you imagine those of us who were arguing here about our culture, our upbringing? We have had this conversation 1,000 times. What culture disrobe a woman in public, take the picture, take the video, and then have the audacity to publish it? What's wrong with these folks, Pee-wee?
I think it's not. Sometimes one would say it is out of stupidity. I don't think it's out of stupidity. Sometimes it's a combination of all of those variables, if you will. But I think for a government, and it's not a reason. Sometimes other governments across Africa and other areas would take out lightly, because we saw in this place Achapo. When Achapo was arrested here, he was treated with dignity.
Of course.
Achapo is the world's most dangerous drug lord. When you were arrested, he was treated with dignity, right? He was treated with some serious dignity here. Then you move, and that is a man. It's a male. And the respect for our mothers, sisters, daughters, and the rest of that, you are treating a female in this kind of an inhumane manner. And you believe you're trying to build news or make news here? This is wrong, and I will hope that authority of the government of Liberia will set some serious caveat to who be want to do agents. That this is not the way we move. There have to be a clear-cut regimentation in terms of the rule of engagement. Whenever the LDE is applying operational responsibility, we understand it's your fiduciary responsibility to save the country from these things, but we have to apply that. Now, that woman, basically, allegedly, that have been alleged to have involved in whatsoever thing, is presumed innocent until proven otherwise, Mr. Gaiman. So why will you be treating someone that is presumed innocent or otherwise in the way that the person is already guilty? Even we cannot treat a guilty person in any autocratic society that way. Now, Russia, the late Madeni that died, he was never stripped naked. And these are autocratic nations. The autocratic nation wouldn't indulge into those kind of inhuman treatment of their own citizens in terms of committing the harshest of all crime. Least to say, you are treating a female that could be your mother, your wife, your sister-in-law, your aunt, or your daughter. I don't know her age range. I mean, the age, right? So to treat her that way is completely despicable and quite unfortunate on the serious note. And we need to stop this kind of a thing.
Great. Before I go to Peabody, let me give Anthony Stevens a few seconds to identify his station, say hi to your folks, welcome them on his show. Mr. Anthony Stevens, you got a few seconds to welcome your audience to the new show.
Yeah, you ain't loud. Has you come?
Yeah. Okay. So again, we'd like to say welcome to all of you, many listeners and viewers. This is the main edition of the closing argument right here on Freedom Radio. We are from Monday to Friday, and from 9 up to 11 o'clock. In the meantime, according to management, as time goes by, we'll extend up to 12 midnight and beyond. So again, I think you can check in the section there. I placed something there you can see. And but again, it's a good thing that we are here to join you guys to make sure that indeed we have people informed about unfoldings, things are unfolding in the country, about how they need to know about these things, how they are affecting their life on a daily basis. So again, to our many viewers in our audience, we say welcome again to Freedom FM and the closing argument main edition on this radio.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, the United
States. If I may 30 seconds, please, Chief.
Yes.
I thought before I conclude, I thought I wanted to say something to add to what I was just saying here.
Yeah.
Also,
and you had an open mic too.
yeah. So my
Go ahead.
Yeah. So you are very sensitive hearing those things. I don't want you to say I'm a vote, Mr. Now we gotta get better on me again.
Yes, go ahead.
And somebody have it, but you want to the opening on me.
That's right.
You want to me? You know, I can read, right? Yeah, somebody, and you want to maybe say, okay, I'm sorry, talking about beginning. And I mean, I got people.
No. Actually, I'm going to short vacation, so I'm really having a good time.
Let me say this quickly. And also to that, the way they treated the woman quickly, the same situation with this the King brother. You saw when they went to their house, right? They started everything, chunking it out. There's one of the video we'll also play tomorrow. You listen to one of the DA guys and he said, but remember the thing on the ring, pushing out the woman said, no, you didn't care about it. You didn't do what I want to do. I mean, we have to bring to bear some level of respectability and professionalism by our law enforcement. Last time, the president of Liberia even frowned on certain law enforcement officers. Their modus operandi in terms of the way they engage and other things. We have to change course. Or in that, we're going to expose the country too much. And the company said that the respect for the rule of law is one of the things. Treating a female that way is not respect for the rule of law. I just thought
Pee-wee, not just with me, and not your treating female, but treating your citizen, treating your citizen. Yeah.
Everybody.
But I want to piggyback to Nora
Nora wrote something here. She, from the video, the lady was in her house naked. She came to the door with up clothes. We did not see the law enforcement officer taking off her clothes and stuff like that. Even
That's
when
not
the lady, even if the lady came out without clothes, I think the officer should at least
Of course.
tell her to go back in and put on her
Put
clothes.
your clothes on. They say, well, how do you go and get dressed? That's
Yeah.
what they would do.
You know, I think of, you know how we have this ruthless officer in our country. When something happened, we are not professional about arresting the people. We go more of a violence to beat them, attacking them right away. You know, when we should be providing security, even if the person is a suspect, we don't treat them as a suspect. We go in there and treat them as they already guilty. You know, and we start beating them, holding them, kicking them, pushing them all over. And I think it's wrong. I think that's required them to do more training for the officers and train those people who go out there to arrest people and things like that. Because we see it all the time. The moment police come in to arrest somebody, the first thing, what the man at? Pop in his face. You put a slap in his face, and then you start hitting him, and without even going through the investigation. So I think something needs to be done. But let me also say, Mr. Nanga, I'm sorry that you felt that way. But before we came on, Sylvester, I was talking about, because Maya have already written that story and put it on our show. And I'm glad that you were able to just put the source in there, because one of the things we're discussing was Maya did not put any source there. Where did he get the story and stuff like that? So we're worried about it, because in the past they have been done before. Our page have been blocked and stuff like that. So that's why. But I mean, if you felt that way, I'm very sorry. We're not trying to fact check people.
Listen. Thank you, Dr. Peabody. And if I had any other feelings about it, I've already put it on the table. That's just how I am. Jerome will tell you, and people who know me. So I understand, and I thank you for the feedback. I just feel, when we come on here,
we interrupted you when we were talking. So
thank you very much.
That was wrong. I mean,
Thank you.
stuff like that.
Thank
But I
you.
mean, to give it back to you, I think it was not. It was wrong. The police was wrong. But I hope we can take advantage of some calls on freedom and truth before the guys then leave. They leave at 11:30. I don't know what time.
Yes, I think we should. But if I may get 5 seconds, Jerome, to Dr. Peabody's point, right? First of all, I need to know who took that video. Because that is question. I saw the woman complaining, and yes, the DEA should have really pulled back and given that woman her decency. Yeah, honestly. But it's all about community policing. And you use the word beat down, use brute force for our people. That's policing, but that is not policing, because yes, you have to enforce the law, but you have to also be humanistic. You go to, we have a $20 million drug bust here. That's not how they went to Peter King's house. You understand me? So I know it's not my turn, so I will wait. But I just wanted to quickly tag on that. By now, I expected people to be suspended or fired from the DEA for that, but I haven't heard anything from the government yet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got 14 minutes. At 7:30, we are going to open the line to welcome our friends from Freedom Radio and everybody else from around the country. We'll be recognizing as many of you as we can. Please let us know where you are tuning in from, so we can say hi to your neighborhood. But yes, this is concerning when we have six bigger fish.
Well, Mr. Gilman, can I interrupt you, please?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Gilman, I think Freedom FM will be leaving us by 11:30 Liberian time. And it's about 14 minutes. Right now, it's about 14. So I think we should allow the viewers to do the call.
Yes.
And later on, Maya will take calls too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are within the Freedom FM range or wherever you are, if you can get to the phone, this is your time. I will let Mr. Stevens call the number out so we can take at least 5 to 6 calls. Please keep the calls short. Anthony, please welcome your folks.
Okay, so let's recognize the guys that are watching us live right now. Ben Kobo Jr. is watching. Vermont McIntosh Clyde says, yes, no, did it. We Collie Ezekiel Prosperity says, I'm watching tonight from Jacobtown, from the Office of Determined Youth Organization. Okay, Abu S. Kamara says, greetings, my distinguished family. Franklin and Kamara says, I'm watching from Oro, district number 10. Bombo Momo Tumon, that's Tumon. He says, I'm following you from Koba City, Kolahun. Continue your good work. Michael P. Williams says, good evening, Freedom FM. My name is Mara P. Williams Jr. from Johnsonville. Emmanuel Dick says, I'm viewing you guys tonight from district number 10, Oro Smart Rural Community. Eric Glenn Gay says, good evening, Freedom FM. My name is Eric. Okay, I'm watching from BYD Nail Clan, Grand Jeda County. And Vinicius Genome Bar says, I'm watching tonight from Newcrewtown on the Bush Island. So call us right now on our numbers on 0776 104 104 0886 500104. Again, call us this evening on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. And our WhatsApp line is +231 886 500 104. Call, just be to the point. Just a minute of your call will be so important on this program tonight. The closing argument right here on Freedom FM. With okay, let's get to the phone line. Hello. Too bad we lost. Call us on our numbers 0776. Okay, let's get here. Hello. You are live. Let's hear you. Well, I can barely hear you. Let's make some adjustment here and then get it clear.
While he's
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You live now. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said, okay, asking authority, they don't respect the Liberian people.
What's your name first?
My name is Mr. Giwa, calling from Rawati Highway.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you. Just a minute, please.
Yeah, actually, I doubt very part of the story, but for what I just heard for the radio, that you guys are putting stuff. Why they did not go and disgrace the guy who escorted about 19,000 trucks in the country?
19 million.
They got stuff, they got murder, they got empty. And they go here and disgrace that woman, and about the old man will put into the. You sit down and listen to that. I'm sorry for the war sitting down anyway because he's from legal.
Okay.
But they hear these things over radio and they are not responding to these things. We expect somebody to be a still for that DA.
Okay. Thank you. That was right there. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Let's hear you live tonight on the closing argument on Freedom FM.
Yo, I'm Timothy Joseph calling you from the Shara community, Migi Junction.
Let's hear you. Go ahead quickly. Be snappy.
So, honestly, we want to say thank you for the topic on our discussion. But for the issue of this judge, I mean, we really don't know what Liberia is standing into, because if today we can arrest a huge amount of judges today in our country and nobody can come out to tell us the main owner of this judge, then we don't know what we're heading to. So we believe that if this was done just by a common man, by now we're seeing them over screen, or now they already stand themselves. So thank you so much. We keep pushing out till we see how best we can get the solution to this problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Hello. Yes, good evening. Let's hear you live on the radio.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm Smova, calling from the Uru.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is just issue, but it have not been today. Neither it will end today. But the problem for me I have with the government is that whenever judges happen in any area, we will talk and talk and talk. We can get it here in the team. We don't even know who's in the trust and nothing at the time. But what I noticed is that among themselves, they know who get the trust. So they will not come out to expose the person. They will keep it at the citizens are not informed on trust. So even the DA personnel then who saying they arresting drugs, is that all went into the D. How can drugs leave when another able to come to Lago or the Lago and trust enforcement and knowing who get the trust? It's a collaboration team, brother. They are aware of that.
Okay.
They know.
That's your point. You're a legend, though. Hello?
Yeah, Stevie, how you doing, my son?
Yes, let's hear you. Go ahead, man, Sisi.
Thank you. Let me say hi to the Kofi analyst in the dance forum. This is my Sisi, my son, Stevie.
Let's hear you.
So, somebody was talking about this selected justice. They can say, oh, they may not be selected justice. When it comes to my Sisi, she can be disgraced in the public. They made about 2.19 million drugs. Where is that man? Why is that guy? They made the country. Say they making, we don't hear anything about them. The man told you, yes, they're talking from my house. They went to the airport. But the government is telling us that we should get a chance. But see that poor woman, see our friend woman, that was disgraced. I saw social media yesterday. I fell back. And my foot set off my head because my foot set my head. And I saw that thing on social media yesterday. Steven, trust me, it will not. It was just yesterday. So see that mother disgrace.
Yeah,
you said my case on make sure that it woman and job. And you don't even get to say, oh, you enter the hall. You not see the job, but you breaking down the hall out over hall. And you tell you stay there, we'll get you on that hall. You will be the bullet job. He passing around. Drinking a stout and beer. He said in your room. With the first time a woman.
Okay.
Go to the poor woman.
Okay, man, Sisi.
Thank you for telling me to test the closing argument.
You're welcome. You know, sometimes some of these things happen when the guys will use, content creators as their cameramen. And some of the guys use things for their blogs on social media. Anyway, we hope that what is about to be investigated will yield a very fruitful result so that those involved can bear the full weight of the law, because you know what it means to disgrace somebody's mother in that kind of public domain. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, how are you? You're live. Let's hear you quickly. We don't have the luxury of time.
Thank you. My name is Ariba Duga.
Oh, I didn't cut you off. Sorry. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Hello? Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
The case that we're discussing in this country.
Hello.
Hello. I'm James B. from calling from Dayton.
Let's hear you. Go ahead, sir.
In Babolo County. The issue is that the DA made the wrong by taking the woman photo. If he took the woman photo and put it on the net, is bad. But the arresting person can't come outside, then you let the person go inside to dress. No, it's against the security ethics.
You say that again?
Okay. I said the person who you come and arrest, they can't come outside whether they legal. The plain clothes, you can't go by again. It's against the security ethics.
So if the person is just in an honor where you allow them go, perhaps they are, no shirt on them, you just let them go like that or something?
No, you can't let them come back in the house again.
Wow.
Are you a security man?
For them, put it on
that could be a security problem too, because if you let somebody go back in, you know what they're going to get.
Thanks for calling. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. The numbers you can call us on this evening. You'll be live on the closing argument right here on Freedom Radio 87.9 and our online platform as well. So call us. We don't have much time in our field from this end. All right. Hello. Hello, you live? Let's hear you. Oh, person slipped off. I didn't cut you off. 0776 104 104. Hello?
I think you got like what, 3 more minutes, right?
Hello?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you are okay. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
My name is William Howard, and I call from the AFC community.
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, firstly, what from what I understand is that the officers who went there was something premeditated, because the fact remains that when the lady was at the entrance of her room, and then there was an exchange of words between the girl in the uniform and that of the officers. And then later she went in. One of the officers who had a hairband on his head, he entered in the room, recording her, and then she intended taking something to cover her body. And then he made a statement in the background saying that, "And you want disgrace, I'm going to record you and post it." If you listen to the recording, Kenny, you're going to hear him making that statement. "I'm going to record you and post it. I will disgrace you. I will post it." You can see him. There was, I think, like 2 or 3 persons who was doing recording. And then when he entered in the room with the lady as well, officers was very unprofessional. They were very irresponsible, and they were very, very wrong to have done such. Even if they recorded her, it could have served as evidence privately for investigation, that probably maybe she undressed herself while they went to execute their duty. They will be or in closed door, but not where they will take that particular recording and post it on social media. That is very irresponsible, and that's not what we want our security side in this country. So I think those officers, this search needs to be penalized and has to go for investigation.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Thank you. We are run out of time. Mr.
The 2 more calls, and then we'll go back to. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good evening. You're live on the closing argument. What is the name?
Yeah.
What's the name? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting calling from Chinizu Factory.
Go ahead.
Okay. The drugs that you're discussing. How many people have ever reported drugs to you? If you can't give you the drug, when they arrested the ticket, then there is something the people children. So they sell, they put up beginning on and where about the drugs. So that all me I get to see.
Okay.
Thank you. Wow.
Hello?
Good.
Yes, you're the last caller from my end.
From Lagon.
Go ahead from Nuclear Town there on the Bushel Island. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. Brother, this country where we live, I can't understand you. But the leader then that carrying power, they can lie to us. At the end of the day, we can be defeated. Understand? They see while the people say they're facing like I wrote the people facing the country. Why they face from how they call it there? From people where can all the way to like and I'm more the people who here they say that road for here. Then at the end of the day they say they can't rescue or at the end of the day they say they can't rescue. We can rescue the rescue now. Our children can't go to school, no free school again. At the end of the day our children tend to drugs. People in red of 1.4. Big Poland. It's on there. 24 hours. This of all that you can't eat. You don't want to eat. So why are we on that? So we're waiting for the time they will move our
Okay. Thanks for calling. We'll hold you right there. So that's it from my end.
All right.
I'm not taking about calls from now because I will be leaving the show.
Yes. Honestly, your parting comment.
Yeah.
You got a party comments?
Your closing.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. All I can say tonight, what I will say before I just want to pray that the show starts at 9 o'clock and ends 11 o'clock. Perhaps you guys, I don't know the time limit when you guys go off the air, but I will hope that the next time the show will go beyond this time. And before I wrap up, I would like to, join my voice to the many. I also like the two senators have written their colleagues in plenary to invite those involved with this drug issue because it's like getting slow. One will say no hey no tay, and they are going for the quote unquote local ones. People are being disgraced in their homes privately, and then the video being posted on social media. All of that. But again, I'm a voice to the many, and of course to make sure that the guys do something to make sure the drug cartel or whosoever that brought those drugs to the country are apprehended and they can face the full weight of the law when the law can find them guilty of such a crime. Because I know for sure the drug law is non-bailable.
Thank you.
Well, buddy, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow, sir. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Time.
Hopefully, I'll be here tomorrow, and if not, you will hear another voice. But we hope to be here tomorrow, by God's grace.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now you can turn off. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was our maiden voyage with Freedom FM. And it turned out to be a great one. It's a great partnership. We are doing very well today. The United States is playing. Is it today or tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow.
Okay, let me check the schedule and see who plays next.
Who plays tonight?
Mexico and Ecuador plays next at 9 o'clock.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. That's closer to home. So we got they're their home team. We got to cheer for them. Actually,
where are they playing? Are they playing in the US? Yeah, Dallas or
no? They play in Mexico, I think.
Oh,
wow, they play home game.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm suspecting here that most of the games being played in the US and Mexico. Why would Mexico play Mexico?
they have a very good. They got a very good. Because these guys. They've been in the World Cup for so long. They got beautiful stadiums.
Oh, they got beautiful stadiums.
They got facilities. So
they got in Mexico City enough fun, and the one they get in Kuala, what kind of place too enough fun. Yeah, they got beautiful stadiums.
It is a great game.
Who Mexico play again?
Ecuador.
Oh, that will be a fun game.
Yeah, the two Spanish countries, they are rivals, so it would be great. But guys, listen, this is what we are talking about. When you spend your country's money on your infrastructure, on civilization, Liberia being the oldest republic in Liberia on the continent, there should be no reason why we shouldn't be the flag bearers to say the ECOWAS countries should host the World Cup. We should be able to say that. But as the oldest country, the oldest independent Black nation in Africa and second on earth, we are still talking about basic police procedure. We are still talking about we don't have running water. We don't even have the old people from upriver will say you don't even have a pot to piss in. So how do we project ourselves on this international platform to say this is who we are? Morocco, from what I understand, they will be hosting one of the hosting countries in 2030? Yeah, 2030.
Yeah, the next World Cup.
Yeah, it will be Morocco, I think Portugal, all the countries within that area.
Yeah, Morocco, Portugal, and Spain.
Okay, why not Nigeria, Ghana, and maybe Liberia? The closest we get over there would be Senegal. They hosted the African Cup. They got a great stadium there that was built by Turkey. The Ivory Coast, and obviously Ghana got some great facilities. So right within that area, Ivory Coast, Ghana, maybe not Nigeria, but yes, and the Nigerians can do it because they have the wherewithal, they have the knowledge, they have the finances, they have everything, so they can do it. But this is where the people in North Africa, we complain about them because they are racist. They are not good for us. In fact, they don't consider themselves part of the global South. So here we are. They have the right to host the World Cup because they got great facilities. You saw the African Cup of Nations. You saw the final play. You saw that stadium. You saw the different stadiums around the country. And when the FIFA is coming, they put billions. That helps even with your infrastructure development. You see? So if we want to be serious, we want to be considered for these things, we have, look, I was at the State Department the other day and they were talking about positions in Liberia for American citizens. For the past 6 months, they've been peddling, they've been talking to Americans. Nobody wants to go to Liberia. Some of the positions been there for 6 months, nobody has applied.
Why?
It's just not a destination of choice.
Let me get one of those.
I was talking to one of the girls over there. I said, they told me your assignment was over in October. She said, yes, Mr. Gamer, I'm still here because they told me they got to find my relief. So
is it well paid?
Yes. So she's stuck. She said the State Department is telling her that she has to have a relief before they let her go. So she's stuck since October. Nobody has applied for her job and nobody wants to go. So she's stuck there. I'm saying this to say the reason is because of our health care, because of everything. I heard that if something major happened, they had to fly me to Morocco and then the water read. Can you imagine flying somebody from Liberia all the way to Morocco?
No, but you tell her when something happens, we can fly out to Zozo Current Hospital.
Yeah, and there you go. You can go right there. So, guys, we are saying this for those of you.
Bigger referral, go to Terawaya.
Yeah, go to Terawaya.
There solve the problem.
Jackson F. Joe. But this is what we are talking about, guys. Those of you who are in power, who have lived here, it is incumbent upon you to improve the system for your children, for your children's children. But where we are at this point, well, like the man was saying, when they steal the money, they cannot use the money in the country because it's a stolen wealth. So they have to take it somewhere else. So here we are. We are not taking money from the banks. We're not investing in businesses. We're not doing anything. Even if you have stolen money and you went to a Lebanese and say, you know what, let's be your partner and open, do like they're doing now. The BB Hotel, they're building there. They know they're using somebody Lebanese as a front. But at least you're doing something in the country, you're hiring for, you're providing services. Why don't you do that with a hospital, a well-equipped hospital, private hospital that has everything? You will be an instant millionaire. But anyhow, that's why. Let's go to our last topic here, and then we start. Is our young man still here? So we're gonna take some calls. But let's go to let's talk about Finabono here. Pee-wee, there you go. Tommy George, you've been behind the scene. Talk to us about what's going on with Finabono, the case, what's happening there, and why are they just on this woman?
Well, I think the state is trying to question her bond, her parents' bond. And I think tomorrow is supposed to be going to court, and I think to determine the bond, to see whether the bond is legitimate, and see whether they still where the judge going to rule that the bond is legit, and so that she can still out of jail. But they are planning, they're trying to arrest, to jail her. And I think we're watching, but I'm sure Fina, her lawyers, her team, they have the means of having a legitimate bond. And I don't think they will allow them to undermine the bond and put her behind bars. I'm very confident about that. I believe that, right now, every time they go to court, they still try to, as you're aware, they're trying to just see the former CDC officials in handcuffs and behind bars. Then that's the whole goal. But again, I don't think Fina and her team will allow that to happen. I'm sure they are prepared, and whatever this prosecution that the state is requesting about the bond, I'm sure they will be able to justify it and keep her out of jail. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
All right, let me go to Pee-wee. Pee-wee, this like we say now that this government is under such scrutiny now, we are now going to see this distraction. You remember in the beginning of this term of this administration, they were going after the woman, those little yellow cab. They didn't have any warrant. They were just going on the street and pushing pulling the driver out of the seat, out of the driver's seat, and driving the car away as though they have done something so spectacular, to just then later on to look foolish by the court saying, do you have a warrant of seizure to just take somebody's property? Here we are again. She came into the country. She's not a fugitive. She turned in her passport, I want to believe, all of those things. And here we are. Instead of talking about the issue itself, they are talking about the bill. She should go to jail for a bill that is defective. It is not enough. This is crazy. You are muted.
The way we structure the law everywhere in the world, the law is not meant to target people. It's meant to put into place corrective measures as to those that will violate the laws. But we intentionally do it in the way of targeting folks. You all crying around, Fina Bono is a fugitive. She's fleeing from justice. And, the woman said to you, no, I'm not a fugitive. I'm here, I'm willing to come. And part of the reason why I want to believe Madame Bono was afraid to avail herself to the justice system is because she thought the government would have weaponized the justice system against her, and exactly where we are now. And I think she took some time off to look into this, if she'll be given a fair trial, the opportunity to be heard in court, being presumed innocent until proven otherwise. But those that are pushing the charges or pressing the charges are going with the mindset that she's already guilty before. Yeah, listen, I'm not here to defend her or to defend whatsoever thing, but I think the way the government is going about these things is meant that it's miscarriage of justice. She's in the country. Want to help? You didn't talk about this yesterday in terms of the challenge in the bond and this and that. She's not a flat risk now. She's availed herself, her lawyer. There was a criminal bill bond that was signed. If you believe it, it's part of the law also. I agree. The government want to buy some time, but any serious prosecution, Mr. Gilman, wouldn't waste the time behind bill bond when the person was already out of the country and in the country. What you put your time in is to produce the material evidence. The evidentiary gathering process is what we're going to focus on here. Bring the hard facts. The weight of evidence is what we want to see. If the weight of evidence is huge, then you will nail her in court eventually. Whatsoever you want to do, leave the cosmetic or temporary thing of seeking attention here. Go and produce all of the necessary evidences you have against her and nail her in court. and then you move and celebrate tomorrow. But to come out at this stage and want to be buying some time, be more theatrical in terms of the way you apply these things, it's nonsense for me. But where we headed is that if you were to come out and say, okay, now Fina Bono is this, Fina is that, Fina is this, and you don't want to go to the issue, if it's a criminal matter, it's not only the preponderance of evidences, it's beyond reasonable doubt. And that way you ought to understand this. So if you want to leave the issue of all reasonable doubt and run behind this bill, this bond is this, this bond is that, you sat in the country. The judge knew very well the bond, everything will enter into, and the judge signed on this before even she made an entry into the country. And then if you try to, I would think that her lawyer should counter this very fearlessly and forcefully, so that they will prove to the prosecution that, hey, we did this, we planned for the bigger picture in court. If I argue on their behalf, is to tell the judge, hey, these folks are not focused on trying to prove the evidence against our client. And their plan is to buy time here and buy time and still walk this prosecution. I mean, this case. And that's the motive. And then by doing that, you want to do things to play in the media realm and then run her guilty in the eyes of the public, in the terms of public opinion and all those things. You know, Liberia, due to the gullibility of the society and the way the country is deeply polarized between probably two major political institutions, everyone believes that if you are on the other side, you're wrong. If you are on the CDC side, you are all wrong, you're guilty. If you're on the United Party, you're the government, and we got to go after them. That's the nonsense it's doing. And this is moving to the extent that the government is losing focus on the real issue. And that's the real issue that's going to take, and as we can say, the breeze that can disgrace the chicken can normally come from the back. And this government is focused more or less on not doing the real thing and focus and trying to go behind Fina Bono that have no fiduciary responsibility of managing any fund of the government of Liberia. You need to come and tell me how Fina will be guilty of anything when she's the chief of protocol of the executive marshal, and the chief of protocol of the executive marshal is not custodian of any government public funding. Now, we have to go back to the PFM law, the public financial management law of the Republic of Liberia, and go more deeper into that to find out, now, is it part of our responsibility to do that? Or did you give certain projects to her to, so the government will have to come and explain to us, why did you take Fina to court? Is it on the basis of money laundering? You have to come and prove that. Is it on the basis of gracious right? You have to come and prove that. Now, and if you cannot prove that beyond all reasonable doubt, not only the preponderance, then you find yourself in problem as prosecution. And prosecutors across the world will take time to do their own background investigation, because if you went to court for indictment, you need to move in a way that you can move and say this prosecution team is prepared. But if you went, and that's the part of the reason of the past case, they went down and now they're trying to do this efficient expedition they are all on now. The two issue now, you didn't win legally, you try to put it aside to say, okay, they were doing temporary. But the real story is that the Solicitor General is temporary with those people by doing background thing, having a romantic relationship allegedly with most of those people. It's on the basis of how even they go about selecting them. I'm told the Solicitor General, his crack team, they will select the CEO kind of line. And this is unfortunate. We should not. The Solicitor General should even submit himself to an internal inquiry to find out if this is true, he should resign immediately. Right? Instead of pushing to say you want to have to in jail, you want to have Fina Bono in jail, because these are two very critically important folks that were associated with the former president. They believe by trying to enable them and disable them, then it's a mark of bullshit, particularly Tue. They believe in the mindset that if you disable Tue, enable him, and then decapitate him politically, you render him useless. It was Tue to be rather useless because he was one of the powerful intellectual forces behind the former president. Then the campaign for 2029 will be significantly perforated, or in other words, weakened, so that they wouldn't have the basis to have a formidable kind of a campaign moving forward to the 2029 election. So this is intentional.
Let me go to Mr. Namwe. Mr. Namwe, here we are. From the beginning, we had people arresting Gracious Rai, and Pee Wee touched on, it looks like the administration is feeling jittery. according to Mr. Tue, Honorable Tue, this meeting that was held in Zwedru, where they saw Honorable Musa Ability, they saw Kabina Janet, they saw all of a sudden they are saying, according to Mr. Tue, if all of these people that were against or on our team that we got rid of, if we don't bring them back into the fold, they will cross carpet. So they had to find a way for A.B. Kroman, and they found a position that we never heard of before, and the main chair of that. and here we are. Whatever they can do to change the narrative, the news on the front pages of the paper. I won't be surprised with the drug thing that they grab Finabono, handcuff her and parade her all down Monroe the street. Say we got a witch. That's just how they're gonna call her. Like they did in your hometown in Sano. You grab one old lady and say she's the witch. She's the reason we're not getting rich. Your take on this particular one with Finabono and the government?
Yeah, I think it's clear the government is looking to change the narrative on the drug situation. You know, they're looking for some of the shiny object to dangle in front of us so that we'll take our eyes off this drug problem. But the point that Sylvester Pee is making, I think that point alone renders this whole case moot. You know, the woman was already out of the country. You know, I thought she was in country and she was trying to leave, and now you wanted to pose a bond to make sure she doesn't flee. But she voluntarily came back to the country, and then all this hullabaloo about a bond, you know. And so I really don't understand what is happening. I think this government has expended so much capital on these two people, you know, Mrs. Bondo and Mr. Tue. And they don't seem to be making any progress. I think it's embarrassing them. But this whole trial by, you know, by media and thing, it's not helping them. You know, Mr. Tue came out, they brought the jury tampering thing. I don't know where that has gone, you know, expended so much resources on that case, $6-something million. This lady, you know, taxi cabs and all of that, the court clearly told them, you know, that they were out of order. And so for us to be talking about, you know, her posting bond and all of that, you know, to make that, you know, news what I don't know if it really is. But they're almost midway into their term. And I can't point to any major conviction, you know, in spite of all of the promises and all the noise that was made. I mean, we all know leading up to the campaign, all of these charges that were thrown at the CDC government, you know, why is it taking them so long to prove this, you know? And now there are also these major things that are happening on their watch that they're not even seem to be scratching the surface on. As this $20 million drug situation is something that it's not going to go away. You know, a number of their own people, the deputy chair lady, vice chairperson, I believe, of the very United Party, Deba Vapila, I think, is threatening to go out in the streets. You know, Dillon is on record expressing his own angst over the delay, you know, the snail pace. I think those are the things they want us to stop talking about, you know, to bring back, you know, Ms. Finabono and all of that. I think if they had something on her, in my opinion, I think they would have had it already.
In 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that she's not even running away and we're talking about her bond, you know. Come on, give me a break here. But, you know, back to you.
Honorable George, go ahead. Tamale, we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, but are we done with the FINA issue?
If you don't want to go to, go ahead.
To me, I mean, there's not. I mean, you want to go ahead, Chief, but
I want to go to the Chief. Let the Chief tell me what's on his mind. What is actually on his mind?
Oh, what's on my mind? What's on my mind is honestly, And when I say this, people can say we'll stay far, but I'm concerned about the 2029 elections. I'm still worried about it. I'm worried because a few years from now, some of us will be returning home. We'll be leaving this country to go and settle in our country of birth.
How many? 15 years from now?
My issue won't get.
No, I didn't talk about age. A few years from now, when you be something or 15 years from now.
Few years from now, man. Few years from now. I'm almost 70, so yeah. So few years from now. Yeah, but on a serious note, look, I'm concerned because for the last 20 years, our country, we have gone nowhere. Honestly, we have gone nowhere. Liberia is still behind the country that is behind us. We'll stay behind. And for me, I ask my UP friends, I know it is right, but this day and age, why would they be pushing Boyka to run for re-election? On a serious note, I ask them, there's nobody else in the UP that can run? You got to push the woman to run again? And if I was in the woman, if I see if I was my pa, Papa, don't even that time I said, look, I asked for one time. I think I played my part. I've been in government for more than 40 years. 40 plus years. I played my part. I've been minister, I've been vice president, I've been managing director. And I'm an eminent statesman. My legacy is there, my place in history is there. Okay? I ran election before, I conceded. I won again, I won. Man, I don't care whatever people say, whether I perform poll or not, the history of Liberia when it's being called. They will sit down and say Joseph Jenkins, Raul, Stephen, Allen Benson, my name will be on our list. So, because look, and for the fact that they're pushing him to run, and it's been confirmed by everybody now. Ministers have told me, the vice president said it recently. He said that he and Boyka on the ticket. And it saddens me because what, on a serious note, is there any vision what vision again? What vision? Tell me. When last we say, oh, the president dedicating a factory that opened Liberia today. Look, every time I search the net, I see the opening this plant in this African country. The opening this factory in African company. They are producing this thing to export it. Liberia, we stay where we are. It's so sad, my people. It's sad. That's why I support the new progressive stance. They're about to go after every nook and cranny of our country, and it will keep the people feet at the fire. Opposition and the government, they are ready. They will be fearless, and they're enough for opposition, enough for the government. So I expect to see them more active, and I'm happy we have a platform that we can add our voices to and make sure that we use it the right way. Because Mr. Nangwe, I know when you live in America now, you won't go Liberia work again. You won't go just relax and enjoy your life. Your grandchildren come and see you. So now you come here just for your medical checkup and think and enjoy the country. That when people see you, they say, "How you getting younger? Because eating all this so money and butter pear for the cucumber coming from the garden." Mr. Gamer go Liberia. The MSS will say, "No, Sonny, just go enjoy yourself because we ain't about you, man."
And don't
the game, it worries me. I'm telling you the truth. And because right now, I don't know what will happen in 2029. I don't know who will be the front runner, who will be going against who. I don't know yet because our politics can change. You think that oh yeah, they put and everybody will tell you they're running. And mind you, you'll see 40% running for president again. And like that one guy, I won't call his name because my friend, he in Rhode Island. He's a pastor. He now run 4 times. But guess what? He ran last election. He ran 2017, and he always running. Then he tells me, he said, "My man, bring me on your show because this time around, I'm not joking. If I don't, I will be one of the front runners." Just imagine 45. You don't even talk about the guy. So tell me the guy was front runner. You don't talk about what they said. But he didn't pop up.
What a man.
Reverend Benjamin Fanner. That's his name.
The guy's a pastor. He's a pastor, you know, and he tells me that he'll be the front runner election again.
That's any.
No, that's any man. But so I just, and he's a problem I got. People there who know, like, if you know you can win, okay? Like just now, like before we came on the show, I'll argue with Pee-wee because I don't know when the Supreme Court issued a ruling today. I know they said the Chief Justice and Amin Conan Barrett, the two of them sided with the three liberal justices. So I had, but people said no. He said Brett Kavanaugh.
6-3.
Yeah, he said Brett Kavanaugh joined them, and until he finally convinced me, because I was like, no, I listened. They said 5-4, but then what I think Brett Kavanaugh did, why it is true that he voted with the majority, he tried to make it look good that the legislature can still, the Congress can still amend the law.
Yeah.
So that I think I didn't count him, you know. But again, it's good because they imagine. I mean, so that's my problem. So again, I'm worried about our country's future. Very worried. I don't know what happened in the next few years.
Well,
I tell you this quickly, right, Jerome, Chief, and you were telling me here. Look, I know you said 2029 seems far away, but it really isn't that far. I think around this time we expected a lot of cross-carpeting. We expected a lot of movement towards the rescue train. I don't think we've seen that much of that, except for this, I think, James Mulva guy, who one time, I think from, I think he works for, is it a lottery or something? And anyway, but you know,
we gets it out, and I'm going by 2027 and 2028, the guys can start doing something. Then the guys start making and say, you know something, I think the women again don't change. The women doing a good job. They continue. You're gonna talk.
Georgie, I think Mr. Nade is right here. The reason is that most of the guys that joined them, they the guys are all arrogant. The power don't claim that, right? They alienating, isolating these guys. So I don't think there will be the opportunity. I think that's something very serious that he's saying. We got to pay attention at this time. And then government in power, if they want to do that close to the election, around the end of next year or so, it'll be late. I'm told. And I don't want to jump the gun. ACOR are going to be making some massive decision about naming a new political leader. And that political leader supported them before. He's not too happy with the situation unfolding. Right? So let's wait and see what's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to go well for them. ACOR is going to have that political leader that I'm hearing, if it is true. And that political leader and Musa ability were to, because the Muslim vote, and not small vote in our country, is a king-making vote. Let's agree that it's a serious thing. So they may face some problem. And I think that's a key thing he just struck here. At this time, the rule is happening. Why have you not received any kind of people at this time? That's a problem. Go ahead.
The young man wanted to we want to take at least 5 calls, if not 3, at least, so we can let him go. Mayan, if you're in the back, we promise we're going to at least open the line for our folks, but we got carried away.
Yeah,
and the audience too. They just keep typing. No problem there.
We didn't even go half of the schedule today. We even go half of
that's fine.
We should begin making the calling thing. Now I've got more registration regular.
Yes, and we get up more time.
Are you there?
Yes. Go ahead. Now.
It's now time that you can place in your call for those of you. Yeah, for those of you who are in the diaspora, you can put in your call +1 856 676 5136, or better still +1 772 940 2871. Or if you are in Liberia, you can also call 0775 67 5712, or better still 0777 649986. You can call and make a comment here +231 775 675712 are the numbers to call tonight. So give me go ahead.
Great. We're talking about, this is, but let's talk about Senator Dillon now. Senator Dillon, is this Is this a political stunt or what? Everybody's now, the new thing to do now is to say you're going to protest about the drug. Is this a stunt? Let me go to Victor. Is this because everybody?
But you know, I want to ask you, Jerome, is Senator Dillon with the opposition, or is he still with the rescue team? Because I don't understand where he and the pro temp. You understand me? They say Liberty Party is not with the rescue train, but it is not with the opposition. So, you know, where exactly Liberal Party stands, I don't know. But to talk about Senator Dillon, you know, I've said it here, he's very difficult to keep up with. You know, there are times he gets it, and then other times he really like goes completely off base. But I think this time I have to give him credit too for raising the flag. Other senators are joining him now. I believe Senator Cornett today, along with Senator Snow. I think they were on the radio. So I give him props for that. I think it's necessary to build a critical voice so that the government will understand that, you know, it's not just the opposition, you know, that are trying to make, you know, score points out of the situation. This is not political. I mean, CMC has said it. We support the government's effort. There's nothing to do with politics. But the fact remains that the way they're handling this thing, really, there's just a lot of whistles that are going off, you know. They don't talk to us about it. We don't have any suspect yet. We still have, in fact, now I think there's a former person of interest, you know, $20 million worth of drugs. And now we're talking now, just like we've been expressing, the international community is starting to clamp down on us. You know, the Delta thing we're talking about, but, you know, this is an industry, you know, where solidarity is very strong. If Delta is doing it, you know, the one Brussels that come to Monrovia, you know, what is to say they're not going to do it? And then you and I now, we're going to Monrovia, we got to jump through hoops. You know, you might have to go to Moscow to get a Canadian flight, or you got to go to you know, somewhere else. You know, it's going to make it very difficult for all of us, you know, only because a few group of people have decided that they're bigger and better than all the rest of us, you know, we should go and kick rocks, like the children say. You know, but to answer your question, I guess Senator Dillon props on this one, because I think he's in the right place on this one. He's expressing the collective frustration of all of us that the government is going in slow motion on this drug thing, and we just don't understand. No transparency.
Dr. Peabody, this one I have to disagree with my brother here. How do you give somebody credit for doing what he's supposed to do? In fact, he's not even doing that. This man has the power to summon. He has the power to bring these people in. You're not bringing anybody in. You're not even bringing the executive in. You're not bringing anybody in, but you say you are going to protest. This is just, to me, it's a political stunt. One person started it, now everybody's saying it, but they're not doing it. If you're in the Senate, the Senate pro tem is there. Dillon is there. The senator from
the Senator Saad Joseph. Look,
it's a stunt.
Look.
I agree with you. I know that the people are on, but Jerome, you're very right. I think the senator could do more. Again, I don't want to go to at least that Councilor Gongolo said we should avoid using. But you know, a voice as powerful as Dillon is as close as you get to the presidency. If he can come out and open it,
why he's not calling them on the floor? Where he really has the power? Why is he not doing that?
Right. Well, I don't disagree with you on that. I agree.
You know, and look, like everybody have been saying, we have the country that we are linked to, that Delta have banned. Those are countries who have terrible history. You don't see a lot of African countries on that list. You only see countries that had tied to terrorism and stuff like that. Sudan, Iran, and those countries. You don't see a lot of African countries for them to go that far on to really ban. You don't see even Nigeria, Ghana. You see, you're among some of the worst countries that the U.S. had termed as terrorism and drug cartel and stuff like that. So, what they have done? Look, if the government wanted to fight this, they could have done it. They would have been out there doing what they need to do. As we said here, that we sang the story here, they went after the people who actually identified the drugs for them. And they don't want to call the other people involved. They don't want to call their names. They know their name. They know them. They don't want to bring them up. So what we're seeing it will be a dragging thing. And normally Sting lashing Liberian people mind for like about 2 weeks, it would die. It would die.
We're not going to allow it to die because in 16 days we're still talking about it. We're going to talk about
I think we're the only one that have really put a light to it. You know, we have a new story that come up. Jeremiah Kuhn, Stephen Fowler, the speaker. That one would take over. Watch, it would take over because it's getting heated, right? It's getting heated. Stephen Fowler want to be vice president of Jeremiah Kuhn, and Jeremiah Kuhn become president. That's the thing. All two of them, they're very close friend of Marcus Stanton Weatherspoon. They're very. When Stephen Fowler came here, there were photos of where he met with Stanton. He drove to New Jersey to go meet with Stanton. The photo were out on Facebook. Jeremiah Kuhn met with him too. So the thing is, there's a whole mess coming in the UP party. Yeah, they say, excuse my language, excuse it, they say when shit scatter. You ever see it? That's what is coming up in the Unity Party.
Yeah, messes everything up.
Hell is breaking loose in the Unity Party. Fala want to be vice president. Kuhn want to be president. Finance minister want to be president. And hell is breaking loose. And you know what? It will be a major division. People will leave and think coming closer, it will be hell. You know, because the insider don't want Jeremiah Kuhn to be president there. So they will put up something. The papa is very old. He didn't even know what's going on with the drug issue right now. You know, he's very old. So, look, Liberia not ready yet. When we're ready, we'll have a new leader who will change this. But for now, and I like the statement that Chairman Ability pulled up. I think was very fair enough. You know, let's get the message across first. Then we can start forming all these coalitions and stuff like that. But my boy Jen, the shit about to hit the fans because now they're accusing the two people who had a hand up on the roasting. The more we had to get the two people that had a hand up. Now they're causing each other now. So
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I know it's too early and the judgment is here, but I think Nemo might turn out to be a catastrophe, a mistake.
Yeah,
that will give the UP hard time.
Right.
How to put those two together is going to be a difficult task, but
difficult.
That's just me.
That's true. It's going to be very, very difficult to put them together. That we're going to see something messing up. It's going to be tough because right now they're already divided. They already know the intention of the other person.
Yeah,
and they are feeding money into another place right now to do whatever the propaganda they need to do. They're going about doing it, and that will be tough, you know. But again, man, like you said, look, everybody's on the side, you know. So the Dillinger hit it small, then he come back, he relax.
Yeah,
he's talking too much, you know. Then we saw another, the one who always to ECOWAS,
Snow.
See, having press conference, writing statement. I'll tell Amara I don't even join him to be writing in because the whole thing is just a vlog, like complete vlog, Liberia vlog. They come out, they got big press conference. He represented to ECOWAS in that play. He hijacked that area for nobody else to go there. It's not serious country, man. I'm sorry.
And he went. They were sitting there, and their colleague were lecturing them that listen, well, you guys are from Liberia. Why are you here? You're not even reporting what's going on in your own country.
No,
your border situation.
Mm-hmm. So you know what we were talking about, not seeing too much movement towards the rescue team, but I think there is a seismic movement away. I mean, Amaracona is practically out of the rescue train, right?
Oh yeah, he's out. He been out.
Yeah. And not to mention John Molu and all of these. So
Yeah.
You know, you have all of this happening, and in the midst of all this, then Nemo is going to come and splinter the UP even further, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Am I going to been out, Senator Pullen? I mean, he been out.
Well, guys, I've been in a political thing for a long time. I think somebody said it here. Support me morally is not the same as my friend. Here is my support. You can support Joseph Boakai morally all you want. If Thomas Fowler come with $1 million, you get your moral support out of the window. That's just how the politics, Pee-wee, there you go. Politics is money. You need money. You need resources. You can pray for me all you want. You can go and fast and pray all you want. Why? That is morally good. It takes you nowhere. When Thomas Fowler come with a bunch of whole wheat, you know, you just sell nails in the wheelbarrow. If you come with a whole wheelbarrow for a $100 bill,
he got it in millions now.
Yeah, that moral support, I will tell you, wait a little bit, keep praying, and let me talk to them man first.
Yeah. And this is important in the Liberian political sphere.
Even here.
Yeah, all over the world. One of my old men can normally say to me, he said, you, the new pro, you bring in ideological thinking. You know, we think about kind of lines. So when we bring the capitalistic, you can even go. I will go to this one where I'll be telling the guys, I will say we have to change the system. You have to believe this thing. We have to. But meanwhile, Mr. Given, the guys are hungry and other things. And in seconds, I just leave to me get a water to drink somewhere, pass bounce, tell some of them, Mr. Given a peer. Oh, guys, how's everything today, man? I know you guys been here. I learn come a pew here, they're talking all the time. But man, pick everybody two beer and make sure the food on the table for everybody to eat. But guys, when you got ready to leave, this is $5,000. You can get something up. Then you leave, and then I will come back and talk to you guys. Then Pee-wee is back there. The guys are gone.
Become strong.
Yeah. Your man you can't hold it. You know what else we can drink. Nothing the men said to all the men just bought all, give all something, then money coming up. I'm done. And that's the basic, and you're right about this. And that's the reason why, Mr. Gimmel and folks on this show tonight, we still got terrible and non-performers are still moving to control the Liberian bureaucracy.
Of course.
The legislature, those that have small money in their pocket, they go campaign, they will win elections. Now, you myself can be more ideological and practical in our senses, intellectual.
My Elisa, you on your own.
You on your own. And the folks will vote. And you can remember, I mean, that's the problem of the country. So, to change the country, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen now. On a serious note, you know, we said, and that's some of the reasons I can want to, you know, I can understand. We on the shows and I'm discussing every day, and somebody can one day maybe I just call. I say, I think, gentlemen, I'm taking some time off the closing argument. You know, that Pee-wee defending your uncle now, and then uncle said, my nephew, you on that closing argument. Every
day you closing.
Yeah, when you go close the argument, but nephew, you stay hungry, you start seeing. But we'll make an arrangement that at least every month for your political surrogacy thing, every month we'll see if we can get some kind of maybe for you to pay the rent, do other things.
Not pay, but just something small.
Yeah, every month something small. Maybe we'll find something about maybe 7,000, 6,000 for you. Then I said, but nothing too much. You can be talking about attention. Then I come to the show. There was somebody there. Nabe will come, quick. Nabe will attack the woman. I said, no, but I can't be here to play my regular.
Yeah, you can't. Now you start changing the topic. There's a culture on there. You can't talk to old people like that.
Yeah, I saw Nabe say anything, but I said, no, can I go after they all do. Then you come out and react to solution. And that's it. And sometimes you see your own comrades, all of y'all being pushing the same ideological thing intellectually. But you know, tell me the truth about how the man didn't suspect. The man changed. The man said, I'm very disappointed in your previous analysis today. Oh! That is a raw thing, and that is the issue that, as I say, my Omega can say, capitalism is a serious thing, because you can't talk your ideological belief. The capitalistic man will just come and say, "Gentlemen, man, what happened, man? People check your cash out, or people, or too many check your cash out. Too many go check your cash out. 5K there." The period number you're talking about ideological, TMC or blue cheese. Honestly, it's going to be a difficult thing for the country to forge on the basis of some of these things, and that's the reason why you see these things. Now, you see the Ropes and the Dillon and the rest of the folks. Now, Dillon is actually enjoying from the current largesse of the system.
Of course,
seriously. But what Dillon is trying to do is not a good politics too, Mr. Nambe. It's not a good politics to play often at times. And I will say this for the reason what I'm saying here. Dillon tried to get himself that he's a people-oriented senator. Mm-hmm. Now, he's trying to leave room to say, oh, I'm saying people are enjoying you, but I can criticize them.
Yeah.
What do you want to see? So he want to give himself that opportunity.
That's right.
To say, okay, I want to, but he's not seriously doing these things. He's doing it so then the post said, well, I can be the one saying that. All these things, the first and foremost, the way he started anything, he started by even saying they should take the contract from the guy. Now he's saying this is not happening. So he wants people to, from the other side, will say, okay, the senator is saying something here. He's finding himself somewhere he's trying to put himself in the bubble, but he will have to rethink his strategy. You ought to be, and that's the Liberal side of party, you ought to be 100% in or 100% out. But he's going to put one in and one out. It doesn't work. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me. Even those of us that believe into being loyal to an institution or process, I will start having some raising some eyebrows in terms of this kind of attitude. So that's the reason why Dillon is doing what he's doing. The first time he came, he hit the part. Now he's saying, oh, he will protest. Why will a lawmaker protest when you have the statutory responsibility to some of these people? Article 34 of the Constitution is as clear as my palm. It says you got the oversight. So one senator in this country held the entire budget system on Senator Tupperville. Because he had an issue about the budget, he said something easy. One senator, one. Then the group of senators can come together and you got a very good relationship with the pro tem, and you can use that influence there as a senior, high-ranking senator because the part of the leadership. He's chairman of foreign affairs. He's part of the leader. You can do that. You can ready let the president or whoever me, Mr. President, if you can do this thing to make sure this thing happen, we would not fund any budget of the DEA. Period. That's the power you have in the press. But anyway, gentlemen, that's the problem we have in the country. Until we can solve that, those that will have the deeper pockets will chop more people in the interior and they will vote for them. So we will always vote for non-performers, but those non-performers will use the money to have themselves. And that's the reason why the U.S. government is saying the pay-to-play is too much in the country. So by that, what we can do, you and I, can increase the frequency by complaining and robustly engaging international partners to have these guys consistently sanctioned. That will reduce it, because if you start sanctioning them, naming and shaming them, there will be some room for us not to tell people, hey, are the kind of men you want to do it? The Liberal people want to have a change of mind to do some things. Other than that, this is going to be a continuation. It's going to continue unabated.
Wow. Guys, listen, we have touched. We cannot exhaust. You guys need to go home and get ready to watch support our sisters.
Mexico.
Go eat our tacos. We do eat some tacos. Get our tequila ready. And it's on. That's right. Get your hat and play your music and you'll be fine. But let me start with Chitome, your pattern comment.
Mexico.
So it's official now. LeBron James leaving the Lakers. That's not bad. It's official.
Is he retiring?
No. He said his agent should find him, talk to any team.
We want him to Miami. We want him back here. We want him back to Miami.
We're bringing the Philip, man.
But you still think there's still something in the tank, Tomlin?
I think he still got a little bit there, but
a little bit.
From what I see, he went with team up with Anthony Davis
Yeah, those kind of people are like I said, money to win. Like I said,
Warriors.
Yeah.
I saw the game is fast, and what I saw, but again, I wish him well. They were free to
that like I said, money that I got to win now.
Yeah.
But for you to be on that team 2 get out of Clark team.
He won a $48 million. They're gonna get paid that money. For age for the 1 year old, they can't pay that money. So now because
he's still good.
But they were getting the veteran minimum. But it's good that he will free all. They gotta get a lot of money to spend now. We'll get some put around Luka. So I expect to see Lucas do some great signing. So that's not bad. Wish LeBron best. One of my favorite players, but
hopefully he can come to Miami, man.
Well, he can go anywhere. Idea one win championship.
Maybe go to
the Opals team. That Warriors now. Opals team.
No, New York Bulls. I'm a Knicks fan for me.
I'm a diehard Lakers fan. But it has been a great show. And look, I want to say thanks to the management of Freedom. I mean, that's a great help to us. And we saw the calls they were coming in. I'm watching the calls very fast. In fact, the guy had to stop the calls because they kept calling. And you know they are widely listened to. So
you were just beeping.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a lot of coverage, and it will be good for us. And because they have a very large audience and people, follow them religiously. So I want to say thanks, man, for where we are today. At least we are making some progress as we get towards 2020 as the year.
I hope Mayan would have did some calls from his end too, but he was not.
Yes.
Yeah. What we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna do the call earlier.
Yeah. I mean, like people say, we take more calls than talking most of the time now because
earlier. We're doing earlier.
Get the people involved. But look. Let's get ready. We're gonna see a lot of stuff happening. I keep saying it. Look, if you've been monitoring elections in Liberia, it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get worse. You know, it's gonna be tasty. Especially so, we are watching the opposition. I know I saw the opposition figures at the CDC program in Zwedru. I know they're all gonna meet. I heard they're planning to meet. All of them plan when we get back to the country. They're all planning to meet and see where they want to go. And they're going to meet and have the heart-to-heart talk. But the thing about the ruling UP, people are mad with them because they are showing arrogance. They are dividing the country the way what they're doing. I was told that in Go Liberia nowadays, just imagine you tell somebody, say, "Oh, I'm going to meet, you're not going to go, oh, my man, I won't go, I'm going with that guy, I'm going there." All that kind of stuff. We're all Liberians, you know. When we play our national team playing, we all come together. When somebody died, all like recently when Mo Ali lost his mother, I saw everybody opposition or everybody rally around him. That's how it should be, you know. We can disagree, we can our politics and our ideas about how to run the country, move the country forward, but to take it personal and be so extreme, I don't think it's the right way to go. But all we look forward to. And I tell people, let me make it clear, I'm for no party because we run a platform. We run a platform of this nature. You can't take side right now. You can't take your side. You stand. We have people from other parties here, but I'm not for nobody. I'm an independent person. We criticize, we praise, and so forth. But Mr. Gamer, thank you so much. Mr. Nagwe, P. Thanks to all those who keep on making the show lively, and all our audience. Gemma Borrow, Patience Siema. These are regular folks. But Patient and Jen, one of these days, you guys should come on the platform. You can engage, you can talk to, you can small, you don't just be watching, you can take part. Jen Maboro, in fact, next week we'll send the link to you and Patient. You can join us small.
Patient, be unity part of Umo.
No, Patient, no. Patient, Patient, I know how good. She not unity part of Umo. Patient is, Patient, I think she's more aligned with ABC, yeah. But she's a strong. But she's a big fan of Costa. Now she's a big Costa fan. But she's a strong. I think she's ANC.
Great show, guys.
Yeah. Let me go to Victor.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy said most of what I was going to say. So I just want to, I'm hoping that our Supreme Court, the Supreme Court today, I mean, we talked about it earlier. What's that? We talked about it earlier.
USA tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So, I mean, they're the one checking this president. Even the Congress here has completely abdicated. You got the Republicans here in his pocket. But this birthright thing, this thing has been existing like forever. And the guy comes in here, he wants to throw Yankan in and all of that. And they told him, no, you got to, they told him absolutely not, in very, 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 very clear terms. So congratulations to the Supreme Court of the United States. I hope, the basic code would take a page out of this. The law is the law, follow the law. But, congratulations to the Supreme Court of the United States. Some of the ruling they came down with, some of the campaign finance law and all of that. But, this is very important, It was going to put a lot of things at jeopardy. So I want to just congratulate them on that. Hope to be with you guys again tomorrow. I know tomorrow is the USA game. I'll probably come and leave early because my son will be coming. I think we'll probably go tomorrow to watch it.
Yeah, we'll do all we can to leave to watch the game. Dr. Peabody, take us home. You are muted. Hey, Doc, you are muted.
I think, guys, thank you for the sacrifices you make. It's not easy sitting here every day for 3-4 hours. You know what you feel it in your back when you get up. Go upstairs sometimes to get out of bed.
Oh, go. That's easy, right?
But other than that, it's been great. We're hoping that with truth and freedom on our side, the message will go wild and clear. We're hoping you can add more radio stations, radio on TV. We're hoping to add more. But I think it was a great show. And again, I think Chairman Kofa can just sit back and just laugh. Ha, 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 ha. The Tumafala and the speaker, they were all singing, rather than drinking song, power song. Now today, they are knuckleheads, and stuff like that. So Chairman Kofa can just sit back and say, you know what? Laugh at those guys, And I hear the rumor that is saying that the president said he regretted why he even had to go that far to move Chairman Kofa because he can't get nothing done in the House. It's always some kind of saga going on. But look, 2029, we'll see the real UP, guys. And it ain't even go anywhere yet. They already trying to hit the shit, trying to hit the fence. But good show tonight, guys, and enjoy the game tonight, man. Enjoy it. I'm still in pain from the Ghana game. My back's still hurting me from the different running and walking.
That's a good pain to be in, man. It was a good game. But Ghana, but Ghana already qualified. But Mbappe team today, right? 3-0.
Yeah, but that ball, I think he's just a miracle. Mbappe.
Yeah. He scored 2 goals.
Yeah,
so he got 6 goals now.
You see?
So he got the World Cup. So the golden goal. Yeah, he got 6 goals.
Who the one person who had done better? Pee Wee.
Yeah. But someone want me to remind you about this. They said they want to understand this. Are you independent? Because yesterday you say you were saying that the third wave coming. The candidate coming. Mm-hmm. The point is that they want to know if you say, are you independent? Are you without new candidates will be coming in, or the CDC or what? So the person is way in Arizona, and dear brother is very concerned.
I don't hear that. I don't hear nothing about the third wave.
Rodan is concerned about this. He said he been following you very closely, but you shifting between this issue about are you actually independent, or is this person that coming? He's way in Phoenix, Arizona. They asked me to ask this question: who is this person that's coming in, and are you sort of be on, or are you so now? Are you with this, or are you with a new person that coming in?
I mean, I'm with nobody. But they were by 2027. They were announced. If the third wave coming, they were announced it. But we watching it. They told us
they always hear you on the show says you're watching somebody coming. Our candidate coming. So
somebody come.
Somebody now you say if. Why
now you saying if now?
Yeah, when I don't want to defend it when it's turning.
They tell him will come. I mean, they are in a meeting. They will let us know.
Because these are potential campaign sponsors, though. They are sitting watching. So when they hear you see these things, they are concerned. They're actually deeply concerned.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's do this tomorrow.
All right. When Mexico game starting?
Let me see.
I remember give me a hot soup on a fire. Your tap. Listen, give me.
Listen. I'm a Mexican today. I'm a Mexican because Mexico beat South Africa, so I'm a Mexican.
Mexico.
One day, give me. Oh, you forgot. You know your ancestors. Give me what? You're solid. I said, hey, you forgot. You know your ancestors.
9 o'clock. My man, I'll eat it. 9 o'clock, guys. Come on, 9 o'clock. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Oh, okay.
Have a good night. Good night, guys. Good night.
Appointment. Now the vice president often tell me since he got a seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? 0. Every appointment in Nimba County was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I better keep it. I don't talk on it.
Now you need to see us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So what?